2 for 2. Way to make a comeback right there. He's back even. You're even.
500, baby.
Pirate Radio Live, weekdays from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
Well, I just think we were prepared. You know, one thing my trainer, he told me, he said, what did he say? He just told us to be prepared.
All right.
Ty? I want me some glory hole.
Dude, you ain't mouse. I'm the boss.
Go cojones.
It's me, Nancy Garcia.
Hey, I'm sorry. All right.
How about those friggin' pirates?
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
It is Friday, and we are here with you on Pirate Radio Live. And we are happy to be here, and happy you are here as well on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. You can find us on 1250, 930 online, PR927fm.com. And watch the show on Facebook Live and YouTube. Be a part of today's show as we talk football, hoops, and everything in between. So a lot to get to as we get you ready for a busy sports weekend. We'll talk about it all. We want to hear from you as well. What are you looking forward to this weekend? What do you want to see this ECU football roster look like in 2023? What are you happy about right now? What do we need to upgrade? We can dive into that as well. And we'll get your questions and comments on the Facebook and the YouTubes. Shirley Rhodes is here. Chandler Honeycutt is here. We have a lot of guests to get to as well, including Brian North. We'll get you ready for the big sports weekend with North. He'll join us coming up later on in hour number 1. Hour 2, it is the last regular season weekend of the NFL. We'll have our picks. We'll do our picks in the playoffs too, but this will be our last Friday pick'em as Chandler Honeycutt, with a dominant 156 wins, has a 7-game lead over Tony, a 15-game lead over CJ, an 18-game lead over me. He hasn't clinched it yet. I'm going to let Chandler pick first every game today to see if Tony wants to go the opposite to try to catch up. But Chandler could be our regular season champion if he finishes it out with some good picks today. So we'll talk Week 18 NFL. We'll try to get to all the playoff scenarios, but it is crazy, especially with now what they're deciding to do. And we'll talk about it in a moment with the Bills-Bengals game that was not finished. There's a neutral site plan in place. There is an update on DeMar Hamlin, a very positive update. So we'll get into all that coming up in a moment and in hour number 2 when we talk NFL. Hour 3, Morgan Ahlers will join us as he will talk some Pirate hoops with us, some Pirate football as well. We'll hear Mike Schwartz comments, got them earlier today as the Pirates get ready to go to Memphis to take on the Tigers on Saturday at 2 o'clock. And Mark Greenhalgh, Golf Shop Radio Show, will join us as well in hour number 3. So that is what is on tap for today's show. Steve Hill says, Clipper. Hello, Steve. Hello to everyone out there. Hello, Shirley. Hello, Chandler.
Hello, Clip.
Hello, Clip. How are we?
Good. How are you?
Good. Good.
Good to hear. Yeah. Happy Friday.
I mean, is it a Friday or is
it a Friday or is it a Friday? If you know what I mean.
Oh, I'm feeling a little bit more of a Friday.
Oh, stop it. Stop it.
How's Barb?
Oh, she's doing fantastic.
Yeah,
doing great. Doing great. The kids had a good Christmas.
Big plans this weekend?
Oh, yeah. Going down to the lake house, and then enjoying our time down there.
Yeah.
Beautiful weather in January. I mean,
you still got those Sea-Doos?
Do I? I'd rather not talk about that.
Well, let's dive into it. What happened to the Sea-Doos?
Don't want to talk about it.
Come on, man.
Not talking about the Sea-Doos on a Friday.
I mean, but you got the Sea-Doo.
Yeah.
You got the Sea-Doo.
Yeah, I got 'em.
How many Sea-Doos you got now?
I don't know. I can't tell you.
Last time you had about 3 or 4, I think.
Here's a question. What does a Sea-Doo?
Do you not know what a Sea-Doo does?
No, I don't.
Oh my God.
Sea-Doo, one of the great inventions, what I like to call a jet ski.
Oh, yeah.
So you really didn't know what a Sea-Doo was?
No, I didn't know. I usually call it a jet ski. Don't call it a Sea-Doo. I call it a jet ski.
You don't call it by brand. So, like, instead of Q-tips, you say, hey, can you pass me an earwax getter? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All right.
Used to ride jet skis a lot when I had a place down at White Lake.
Speak on that. Okay, so that little improv we were doing there, you were basing that off some reality.
A little bit, for sure, in terms of reality and being real. White Lake was a fun time in my childhood.
It's fair to say I've been on a jet ski before. Mm-hmm. Pretty fun.
Yeah, they're great. I actually I went down to Key West a couple years ago now for a buddy's bachelor trip, and we went on jet skis, and we were able to operate. It's the first time I've been able to operate a jet ski by myself, because when I was younger, I was, had somebody else operate it. But
now you're a big boy.
And now I'm a big boy, and now I'm going on bachelor trips with my buddies and riding jet skis by myself.
Man.
And, I'm a grown a man.
I'm
a gam.
You're a
I'm
gam.
a gam. I'm a grown ass man.
You are. You didn't have to say that.
I'm sorry, I had to.
No. All right, Gam. Well, great to have you here, Chandler.
Great to be here. Great to be seen, and great to be with you, fine folks. Fine folks being Shirley Rhodes and Clip Rock.
What do you want to talk about? Just name something, and I'll go.
Airplane food.
I hadn't been on an airplane much.
I haven't either, but usually now they give you like literally this size of.
Now, how do you know? When's the last time you went on an airplane?
Let's see.
I don't like the fact that if you ask for a drink, they get out a can.
And the cup's about that big?
Yeah, the cup's like this big. And basically a shot. And I'm like, seriously?
Last time I was on a plane was going down to that Key West trip a couple of years ago. Isn't that crazy?
Where you rode a Sea-Doo?
Yeah, I rode a Sea-Doo.
Is there a story of that where you failed your test?
Yes! I failed it like 3 times.
You failed your jet ski test?
Yes, and there's a video on my phone somewhere where I literally I finally get it right, and I'm like, yeah, let's go!
So what were the questions that were keeping you from passing the jet ski test?
Well, here's the thing. You were supposed to read a book. I didn't read it. I kept guessing. And
reading's for losers.
Yeah. So my buddies, they guessed in 1 or 2 times. It took me 3 or 4. We didn't read anything we needed to read. We just oh, this makes sense. This is common sense. We'll put C. And I
mean, you're going in the
what
sea.
Do you do if
the answer is always
tide
C.
is coming in, this and that? What's a wake zone, this and that? I was just putting down something. And they were like, sorry, you failed once again. And I was like, dang it.
So all your buddies?
My buddies are over there, got their keys to the jet ski, ready to go. And they're like, are you done yet? I'm like, I'm trying, dude.
They're having the time of
their
their lives. Mike P says, we get it, Chandler. You went to Key West. Sick brag on a Friday by Chandler Honeycutt.
And I rode jet skis, Mike.
Big jet ski guy.
Big Sea-Doo guy.
Big Sea-Doo guy. Not a seafood guy, but a Sea-Doo guy. Doo-Doo guy was a player that EC was trying to get a couple years ago.
Doo-Doo guy? You talk about Billy Weaver?
Not anymore.
Huh?
What?
He's selling something different now.
What's he selling?
Well, do tell. Do tell.
Oh.
Do tell.
Do tell.
He no longer sells poop pills. He now sells something that has to do with your skin. It's like a dermatologist related thing.
That's not fun.
That's no fun at all.
Well,
we want poop medicine.
He's out of the poop biz?
He's out of the poop biz.
I love calling him the poop doctor.
To be honest with you, I was surprised he didn't mention it in the post-game show because
probably embarrassed.
he and I were talking like he couldn't be any more embarrassed by selling poop pills. But no, he and I were talking about about it we were watching the game.
All
he
right.
came and watched the game, and we were talking about it, and it didn't dawn on me until you were talking about the poop pills, and I was like, wait a minute, he doesn't sell those anymore.
It's great to know that you and Billy's relationship is a lot stronger than Billy and mine and Billy and Clips.
He knew we couldn't handle the poop conversation, so he didn't even bring it up. We're going to have another fifth quarter. Get him in here to talk about it. All right, I guess we'll talk some sports and some ECU athletics, to be exact. Another Pirate is portaling.
It's one that we kind of expected, right, Clip?
A little bit for sure in terms of
expecting things.
Jawan Powell, who did not make it through the entire Birmingham Bowl.
He pulled an AB. He pulled an Antonio Brown.
A lot of fans leave early at games. Apparently, in this case, a player left early during the game.
I wanted to make a joke the other day. You said, I believe you were reading his statement that he had put out.
Yeah.
It was more like a prayer.
Yeah.
It was like a written prayer.
To the Lord.
But he said something about letting his family down.
Family.
Now, he might have let his family down, but his family picked him up at halftime and took him home.
Literally. That's your joke. Boy, you really enjoy your joke.
I mean, he reached really far for that
that's
one.
good.
Nobody.
He let his family down, but his family picked him up at halftime and took him home.
That's pretty good. I mean, you love it.
I wanted to say it the other day. It's been cooked up inside of me for about 2 or 3
You've
days.
been crock-potting that bad boy.
Yeah. I had it on low steam.
And you let it go.
Yeah.
And again, like if you don't think your own jokes are funny, how are other people going to think they're funny? You think that's really funny.
I do. I'm just now catching my breath from laughing so hard.
So Jawan Powell out in the transfer portal. Oh no, John Monroe says my wife entered the transfer portal.
Oh,
what if there was? And look, I don't know. I watch a lot of Dateline. I live in the world. There's a lot of divorce. There's a lot of marriages that don't last.
Separations, divorce.
What if we make it more
interesting?
It would definitely be more interesting. But maybe easier to find a mate. It'd be kind of like online dating per se.
Put your name in the online dating portal.
Yeah, the online divorce portal. And you see.
Yeah, that's called Tinder, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but this is more official. This is only for divorcees. We can't just have any random Joe in there. You got to be divorced, and you put your name in there and see if you get any offers.
Yeah, it's
and you can either come out of the portal or you stay in the portal.
And then
it's mytime.com, something like that.
And then John's wife, we'll call her Jan for the sake of this argument. Jan can enter the portal and then post on her social media, happy to receive an offer from Dave. And so she can put her
Chris offered.
She can put her offers out there.
Blessed and highly favored to receive an offer from John.
And then in a couple of weeks, she can set up hats on her kitchen table and do a live stream.
Or
and
have each guy or in front of her.
The actual guys themselves.
No. She's got to have she's got to have a shirt printed of each guy's face.
Of the faces. Okay.
And then you do a reveal.
So she has Dave's face on. She takes that off to reveal Joe's face.
Yep.
And says, "I'm going with Joe."
Mm-hmm. She could do a Antoine Jackson.
People not watch this stuff though. It would do incredible ratings.
Especially like we're saying that for anybody. But, especially, celebrities. J-Lo would be constantly in the portal.
Yeah.
Hey,
and then
no
that would be...
there.
Blake Shelton would constantly be in the portal.
What's he doing?
Hasn't he been divorced and married a couple times?
I don't know. You said it. Stand by your statement.
Well, I'm naming celebrities that I feel like have been married multiple times.
All right. I was going to say something. But I can't remember.
Talk about
now.
the decision.
John says she could withdraw from the portal and come back to me. She could, but she ain't.
But she's not, John.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, John. She's not.
Yeah, John, it's over.
Yeah.
Once they're out, they're out.
Sorry, John.
I mean, unless your wife is Grayson McCall, I doubt she's going back to you.
Yeah.
East Carolina is hitting the portal themselves and apparently have developed a pipeline to Chapel Hill.
Rah-rah.
Okay, I wanted to talk about that.
Rah-rah.
They're getting a guy named Rah-Rah, or is it Ray Ray?
I'm going to go Rah. I want Rah-Rah. Rah-Rah Dilworth.
It's R-A-R-A. I've heard Ray Ray. I'm not much of a rah-rah guy, but I will be if his name is Rah-Rah. I'll be a rah-rah guy.
And I hope this deal is worth it.
Chandler, you're learning from the worst. Very good, Chandler. Very good. So, yeah, man, this stuff, I honestly probably should try to keep up with it more, but I don't.
I don't either.
I'm
right there with you.
I'm too overwhelmed. I'm way too overwhelmed with all the names in, the names coming out,
the names, the images, the likeness,
yeah,
just all of it.
All of it. I'm in basketball mode right now.
Yeah,
I'm in ECU basketball mode.
You don't have time for this stuff, right?
We've got the IGOs of the world who do a great job covering it. We'll do our best if something happens. Certainly the departures; those are easy to keep up with. It's the entries into the program via the portal that it's overwhelming.
That you'll figure out later.
Yes.
Because we did that last year. There was a lot that came in, and we're like, hey, we'll figure these guys out later on. And we did. We figured out who Isaiah Winstead was. We figured out some of these offensive linemen that came in. We figured out a guy like Chance Bates.
Yeah.
We didn't even know who the hell Chance Bates was until about a month before the season started.
Yeah. I mean, well, there's another joke. You're right, though. And we'll get to know these guys later.
We'll get to that down the road.
Yes. We're going to kick that can, if you will.
Yeah.
ECU basketball back in action Saturday against the Tigers of Memphis. ECU women will be in action Sunday at home as they try to go to 2-1 in league play. Tyler M. says, it's not Rara, it's not Ray-Ra, it's Rah-Rah.
It's Rah-Rah.
So it's not Raji, Raja, or Raja. It's Rajay.
What if it's Ra-Ray?
It's not Rare. It's not Rari. It's Rara.
Rah-Rah Dilworth?
Rara Dilworth. Dillworth.
See that guy for it's either Wyoming or the Mac school. Let me Google it real quick. The guy named Titsworth?
Yes.
Parker Titsworth.
Mr. Titsworth.
Yeah, that's a heck of a name.
You reckon?
I reckon.
I bet
Shirley?
he hasn't had nothing said about that.
Shirley, why are you sighing over there?
I'm just. There's so much that could be said.
What
right
is there
now.
something funny about his name? I think it's
a man's name. Don't laugh at a man's name.
Don't laugh at a man's name.
I will laugh at what I want.
All right, NFL, good news on the Damar Hamlin front. He's off a breathing tube. He apparently FaceTimed with the Bills. So
that's awesome.
Man, talking about a guy that was
fighting for his life three or four nights ago.
Thought that may not make it, is now starting to show very, very positive signs. So that is good news. NFL-wise, we'll dive into this more in the 4 o'clock hour, try to get to the playoff scenarios. It's crazy. But so the NFL owners have approved a plan that leaves open the possibility of neutral site AFC championship game. And here are some of the possibilities there. In the wake of the cancellation of the Bills-Bengals game, the following scenarios based on Week 18 results were approved for holding the title at a neutral site game. If Buffalo and Kansas City, so Buffalo plays the Patriots. Patriots need to win to get in. If Buffalo and KC win or tie, a Bills-Chiefs championship game will be at a neutral site. If Buffalo and Kansas City both lose and Baltimore wins or ties against the Bengals, a Bills-Chiefs championship game will be at a neutral site. If Buffalo and Kansas City lose and Cincinnati wins, a Bills or Bengals versus Chiefs championship game would be at a neutral site. So not only are we trying to factor in who's going to be in the playoffs and what seed, now you got to factor in this potential neutral site game because of the Bills and Bengals not being concluded, because certainly the Bills, but even the Bengals were playing for
there was a lot of stake at that game
there.
Monday night, and now there's just a lot of we just talked about it a while ago. We don't want to get involved with all the recruitment. We'll get down to that later because there's just a lot of confusion going on with all the ins and outs of college football right now. And now there's confusion with the NFL playoffs, the playoff situations. But it's right now. This is the last week of the regular season. We got to figure out what's going on, and there's a lot of moving parts. But It just kind of adds to the confusion of the. And by the way, the Patriots are in the playoffs if they win. That's crazy to think about.
Yes. Why is that crazy?
I feel like the Patriots.
Well, here's why. Because, and Shirley kind of said it yesterday when we were comparing a couple of teams, because the Dolphins were so good early in the year.
Yeah.
And I talked them up so much, I probably got it into your head that they're a shoe-in for the playoffs. And they're not.
And they're not.
Now they need to beat the Jets and have the Patriots lose for a chance to get in.
Wow.
Now the Steelers, I think the Steelers, I guess, need, let me make sure I'm right on this.
Which, by the way, the games, the Saturday games, you can hear those right here on Pirate Radio beginning at 4 o'clock.
Sweet.
How convenient.
How about
and,
that?
of course, the triple header on Sunday. So we've got all the games this weekend on Pirate Radio.
The NFL may have made a mistake with the scheduling because I know it's not sexy, but Titans, Jags is winning, you're in.
That's championship football right there.
Losing, you go home. Probably should have made that the Sunday night game because, and I know I'm getting sidetracked here, I was going to find the so the Dolphins are ahead of the Steelers. So the Steelers would need the Dolphins and Patriots to lose to get in. The Sunday night game is Packers-Lions. If the Seahawks win, the I love the dead air.
Yeah. Dead air.
If the Seahawks win, there is less interest. I think they're in over the Lions and Packers. If they lose, Lions-Packers becomes a championship game.
Wow.
So, yeah, the whole thing is nuts this weekend. All I can tell you for sure is my Commanders are toast. Chandler's Panthers are toast. Shirley's Dolphins need some assistance to get in.
Can one of us at least have a playoff team in this triangle? Now, it's up to you, Shirley, because once again, Commanders, Panthers, toast. So it's up to the Dolphins.
And the Dolphins are starting.
We're right there on the precipice of being toast.
Precipice is a good word.
Yes.
All right, I'm sorry. Who did you say had to lose in order for Lions Packers on Sunday night to be a championship?
Seattle.
Okay.
It's not a championship, it's wild card because the Vikings won the division.
Okay.
So there's that. What's the difference between a dolphin and a porpoise?
Dolphin, I'm going to explain this.
I want to say the snout is smaller or something.
Does one of them not have a hole in the top of them?
You and your holes, man.
I'm sorry.
You're talking about the blowhole?
Yeah, excuse me. Proper term is blowhole. I want me some blowhole.
Do we have?
There it was, right in the middle of it, a blowhole.
Do we have any animal experts out there that could help? That could let us know? Although similar in appearance to dolphins, the porpoises are more closely related to narwhals and belugas than they are to the true dolphins.
Yeah, because I think their face, their snout is smaller than a dolphin's. Like a dolphin's is more elongated.
Okay, kind of like a crocodile alligator situation.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I'm thinking.
All right, look, we're here to educate you, and we did not do that. Tomorrow, by the way, those games, Kansas City at Vegas and Tennessee at Jacksonville. I'm looking forward to Tennessee-Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence, Zay Jones, a chance to win the division, host a playoff game. That'd be fun.
Here it is. The difference between a dolphin and a porpoise.
And a person.
And a person.
Persons
and a
have feet.
A porpoise.
I can already tell the difference.
Has to do with their appearance. Dolphins have longer snouts, bigger mouths, more curved dorsal fins, and longer, leaner bodies than porpoises.
And dolphins tend to choke more late in the season.
Hey-o.
Stop disrespecting me, bro. Like, don't do that.
Like a porpoise literally has no snout.
That's what.
Unbelievable!
Unbelievable!
What's Penny going to say tomorrow to Ezra when he scores his 22nd point?
Unbelievable!
No.
Oh.
Stop disrespecting me, bro.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that.
That's what he's going to say.
Oh.
And he's also going to say unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Let's take a break. We'll come back when we return. Brian North joins us to get us ready for the sports weekend. We will talk hoops, football, everything in between with Brian North. That's on the way on a Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We're back with you after this.
Brown & Wood. Hey, Jeff, electric cars are coming. What's that mean for Brown & Wood customers?
For the customers, like it or not, EV is coming. We've installed 5 electric vehicle chargers here at the dealership. We have the all-new Cadillac Lyriq coming at 1st of 2024, and we've just seen the first reservation for the new Sierra EV.
People are interested in electric vehicles. How can they get up with you?
They can visit us at brownandwood.net or 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal, to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Do you suffer from chronic aches, pains, or muscle tightness? Hey, I'm Jordan Mikesell with Bodies in Balance in Greenville. With degrees in physical, occupational, and massage therapy and certifications in stretching and flexibility, we know how stretching and massage can bring long-term results so you can live a pain-free and healthy life. Continue enjoying the activities you love by calling or texting 252-916-4530 to schedule your first stretch consultation or massage today. For more info, visit bodiesinbalance.com so you can start living an active life today.
Greenville Utilities electric customers will soon be able to receive text notifications in the event of power outages. Enrollment is automatic, so make sure GUC has your cell phone number by signing into your account at GUC.com, then update the information in your user profile. Want to talk with someone instead? Call 252-752-7166 during business hours. 252-752-7166. Update us so we can update you. Visit GUC.com for more information.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American Airline flights perfect for your next trip. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's hot dogs?
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for only $6.25 would be awesome.
Warren's hot dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's hot dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
This is Stephen Igo. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on hoistthecolors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
Hi, this is Parker Bunch. When I'm not hitting dingers or going viral, I'm listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Vacation spots are right here in our very own backyard. Take a trip to a state park and enjoy traditional camping, RV space, and cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi. If you're by a lake, be sure to check out the opportunities to rent a canoe or kayak and get out on the water. Your next adventure is right around the corner. For more information, please visit ncstateparks.gov. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you on PRL here on a Friday. Nathan Parker on Facebook says dolphins have longer snouts, bigger mouths, more curved dorsal fins, and longer, leaner bodies than porpoises.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, but Nathan said it with some gusto.
Yeah, he said it with a little more gusto. A little more umph. A little more umph.
Shirley, are you discounting Nathan and his contribution?
I'm not discounting what he typed. I'm just saying that is literally the exact sentence I said.
Okay. Well, I like to get information from two separate sources. I've got it from you.
Or do you like
guess what?
Do you like it repeated like Chandler does? Because that's essentially what he did.
You want me to be honest with you, Shirley? I like receiving information from a man. It feels more...
Holy cow. Holy cow. Did he just actually go there?
Shirley, the face you made there, I don't think I've ever seen that face before.
But that is the are you
want to get
kidding me?
Look, you have surgery or you go to a doctor and he gives you his opinion. Maybe you want a second opinion. We got one from Nathan.
The second opinion was the exact as the first.
And guess what?
And that's why
and it's confirmed.
Go to doctors.
And then it's confirmed. Boom.
I think you're taking this the wrong way.
Really, mister, I prefer information from men?
I look, I like...
You messed up there, Clip.
No, I didn't. I'll make up for it.
Keep digging,
No,
son.
I will. I'll make up for it here. I prefer to have my meals cooked by a woman. Jokes! Do we not do Friday jokes anymore? Can we not tell jokes anymore? Relax.
What are you going to do next? You going to send it down to El Paso? You already been canceled twice.
Well, I have a lot to say about El Paso.
And what's that?
One of our East Carolina basketball players is transferring there to UTEP. Elijah?
Oh, really?
Is that where he's going?
Elijah Jones?
Hey, I'll break some news to you.
And a former ECU Hooper, who is now at UConn, is from El Paso.
That is correct. And one of my best friends in the world, Aaron Jones, Packers running back, played at UTEP. Met him at Subdogs.
Which is in El Paso.
Yeah.
What else is in El Paso?
A whole lot of...
The Alamo? I'm pretty sure it's not there.
It is in San Antonio, but I need a second opinion on that. Nathan, where is the Alamo?
It's incorrect. I said no, it's not.
Randolph says, Clip, you on thin ice, brother.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Razor thin.
I like to live in a world where we can make jokes on Fridays. These are called Friday jokes. I don't break out these offensive to gender jokes on Monday through Thursday, but on Friday, I feel like we should be able.
Do you say these things to your wife on Fridays?
Never.
Uh-huh. I wonder why.
Nathan said I didn't have to Google it either.
I didn't even read that because I feel like that was dancing after a touchdown. That was unsportsmanlike conduct.
That was just Deion High.
First of all, I said it is the difference in their snouts. So I did get that part and did not Google that. But I did, in fact, Google, and the exact sentence that he wrote was written on Google.
Does Nathan have an update on the Alamo?
So,
Chandler?
Nathan, I believe you copied and pasted, mister.
Oh!
I'm calling you out.
Oh, conspiracy! All right, we do have a second opinion
Because that is
from
the
Nathan.
exact verbiage from Google.
Nathan says, San Antonio, Texas.
I know that's where it's... I was joking when I said it.
So now we can joke? Now we can joke.
It wasn't a gender joke.
It was in the porpoise section.
All right, let's get to Brian North before we get in more trouble. But it is Offensive Joke Friday if you'd like to pass one along to us.
Oh, great.
Let's have fun. Let's get canceled.
Let's not.
Get canceled Friday.
The new, let's get wild is the let's get canceled.
Yeah, Jonathan's probably driving off the road right now.
And I get it. There's some places you can tell jokes, some not. And Chandler, how much do we bust balls?
You do it all the time.
We're busting
to
balls
each other.
all the time.
Y'all did it to me yesterday when you had me read that actress's
Do you know
name.
why, Shirley? Because I consider us friends.
Well, yeah, no.
And I would not bust balls with someone I didn't consider a friend.
That is correct.
Yeah.
If I'm not busting your balls,
I don't like you.
We're not ball pals.
The meaner I am to you, the more I like you. Mike P says, Google was created by a man.
Oh, boy.
Nathan says, now, Nathan, don't say it and don't do it, but he said, I might have to put together a diss track on Shirley.
Oh, please.
Please.
Because what you don't realize is that Clip ain't the only rapper in this building.
Uh-oh. We're about to have 2023 rap battles.
Versus.
Conan says, now I feel like this is a reference. If you visit the Alamo, you got to see the basement. What is that a reference to?
Don't know. Never been to the Alamo.
Alamo basement joke. Oh, okay. It's Pee-wee's Big Adventure joke.
Oh.
I do remember. The stars and stars are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas.
That's a good Pee-wee, by the way.
It was not. It was a bad.
No, because if you go back and listen to Pee-wee, not close.
Okay. Everybody's on edge.
Joke Friday?
Everybody's on edge now. That was not a joke.
Oh, wait. I can't bust your balls about that?
I don't know. Can you? Can we?
Bust them, Shirley. Bust them.
Y'all are busting mine over all this other stuff.
There's a lot of ball busting going on.
Let's head out to the Pit Electric Live line and talk to Brian North. We'll get back to this later on in the show. North, happy Friday. Happy New Year to you. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Happy New Year, Mr. Clipper Brock.
Hey, happy New Year to you too, sir. And a lot going on as we do have one more college football game, one more week of the NFL regular season, and, of course, college hoops in full swing. And I guess before we get to the hoops, we'll talk some football, and we'll start with East Carolina football. And, Brian, you've kind of seen what's happened since the great bowl win, the great cap to the season for East Carolina, and now it has been an exodus and starting to kind of replenish the roster if you're Mike Houston, because, man, this team's going to look a lot different next season. You get a new name in the portal every day, and just about a new name coming in every single day, but the latest is Juwan Powell, who apparently did not finish the Birmingham Bowl as a member of the East Carolina Pirates. There's a story about that, but Juwan Powell today announcing he would be entering the transfer portal, and East Carolina has developed some type of pipeline from Chapel Hill to Greenville to get North Carolina players here as they leave the University of North Carolina. So this thing is crazy as we try to fill in who's going to be here playing football for East Carolina in 2023.
I talked to Mike Houston in a practice here late in the year, and he goes, it's stuff like this that makes him want to go back to Lenore-Ryan. Not that Lenore-Ryan doesn't have these issues at D2 as well, but it just kind of sums up the headache of having to deal with all these personalities and keeping everybody happy and then having to recruit all the time now. College football coaches like college football because it wasn't a year-round job. They had times they could relax. Now that's not going to happen anymore because it looks like recruiting is going to be 365 days a year. And we're seeing that. I mean, the whole secondary over at UNC looking for a new home, and looks like most of them are headed this way. So that'll be interesting, but this is the nature of it, and this is the part of the fans who like stability and like to get to know their people. This is the frustrating part because you're not going to get to know anybody for very long.
Absolutely, and I'll remember that conversation for when we get to ECU basketball because it's something we talked about yesterday on the show. Brian, as far as now former Pirates looking to make it to the next level, I enjoy talking to you. I think you have a pretty realistic viewpoint of how these things are going to work out. So Holton Ahlers, Keaton Mitchell, the receivers, C.J. Johnson, Isaiah Winstead, Ryan Jones, Noah Henderson at tackle, anybody on the defense. Any of these guys you think make an impact on Sundays in the future? Who has the best chance? Who has a chance, in your opinion?
Keaton Mitchell, just because of speed, has the best chance. C.J. Johnson is there if he can continue to mature and learn how to be a professional at the next level. Now, it's going to be interesting where he plays. There's talk that he would move almost to a flex tight end type of position with his speed, slot receiver. But I think he definitely has a chance. Again, it's just going to come down to his maturity and work ethic. In the NFL, everybody's talented, right? But you've got to have the mental acuity to study the playbook all the time and to just kind of deal with eating right, practicing right, doing all those things that, some guys aren't around the NFL very long because they don't learn how to do those things. Everybody's talented, and CJ's talented. Can he continue that at the next level?
Brian North joining us, Pit Electric Live Line, East Carolina football, done for the year. Although, like you said, with Mike Houston, it's never done. You got a lot coming up. Winter workouts starting soon. They don't get that much of a break. The calendar flips pretty quickly to 2023. As far as the one game left to go, how about Sonny Dykes? I tweeted it out after they beat Michigan the last time East Carolina played Sonny Dykes. The Pirates were up like 45-7 at halftime over SMU and ended up winning that game. And what a rise for him, Garrett Riley, and these TCU Horned Frogs, as they will now take on Georgia in the championship. And again, they're not like a David per se. They're a Big 12 team. But for what we've seen in the college football playoffs over the years, this is the biggest David versus Goliath matchup we've seen.
Especially when it comes to the point spread as well.
Yeah.
TCU is definitely not one of the ones who's invited into the party. They're on kind of like the waiting list sort of deal when it comes to the big party. So, and I think that's where those of us who get tired of the big powers, we want to see somebody like that get in. Remember, TCU played ECU in the Mobile, Alabama Bowl in 1999. They were kind of on equal footing back then, and now you see what TCU's been doing, and they just had kind of that magical year, and you wonder if they can keep it going for one more game.
Yeah, and ECU 2-1 all time versus the Horned Frogs, Brian. So if they do win a national championship, we can say, hey, we got a winning record against the champions. Always look for something.
Tomlinson got that win against the Pirates.
It took a Hall of Famer, one of the greatest ever, to beat ECU, LaDainian Tomlinson. It's the only way they won.
Got that narrative going. Good job.
Final week of the NFL regular season, and the NFL discussion, for good reason, has been dominated by the health of Damar Hamlin, which looks like is on an uptick off a breathing tube. So very positive news there. Just something we have never seen, where a week was kind of in limbo because of what happened early on in a Monday Night Football game. And now they have had to make some, provisions to the schedule, to the playoffs, things like that. But bottom line, good news, Damar Hamlin off the breathing tube today.
Oh, such great news. I even heard he FaceTimed his teammates today, which is incredible that he's now talking 3 days after basically he was dead on the field, right? And so modern medicine technology is amazing. It's great. The human emotions that go into this, it's funny how quickly that changes. But I'll tell you what I've thought a lot about this week, Clip. As many people who have been traumatized by seeing that, think about our military members who are out there and have best friends die right next to them when they're in the battlefield and the emotions they go through there. So it kind of puts in perspective what our military does when people are affected just as much by a football player who's now surviving. Just think about our military and some of the things that they see. So it's interesting, and I'm so glad, so happy he is on the mend.
Yeah, and good thoughts there too, Brian. I mean, in the NFL, when something like this happens, you can cancel the game and everybody can go home. And I guess when it happens out there is no canceling. There's you just got to. It's kind of crazy to wrap your brain around something that I wake up and come here to Pirate Radio and go home and really don't think about those things. So perspective on everything. Brian North joining us here on the Pit Electric Live Line on a Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. East Carolina basketball back in action coming up against Penny Hardaway and Memphis this weekend. Brian, 0-2 at home in two very frustrating games where the Pirates couldn't do the easiest of things, and that's make free throws. We saw it against Temple. We saw it this past week in the loss to UCF. They did make their free throws in the win over Wichita State, and it's almost like we're having the same conversation we did in football. If East Carolina makes field goals, they win a few more games. If they make free throws, they win a few more basketball games.
And what kind of bizarro world are we in where ECU's 2-0 on the road but 0-2 at home in league play? I mean, that's like unprecedented in school history, it feels like. But no, it's the little things that matter, right? In football, 3 phases of the game, and we saw that with special teams. And you have a down year with your kicking situation, and it costs you in the end in these really close games. And look, they're not free throws, right? Because they don't come for free, but it's a big part of the game that gets overlooked a lot of time in the highlight reel. So Pirates learning those lessons, but they're continuing to hang in there. And what do we always say? We'll find out about ECU when they get into conference play, and we're starting to find out.
As I am watching an entertaining UCF-ECU game in Minges Coliseum Wednesday night, I'm checking my phone, always looking at scores, and saw that NC State was up 15-0 on Duke, and Duke never made it a close game the other night at PNC, and Terquavion Smith, Baby T, with 24 in the win. And, Kevin Keats, these ACC wins have been tough to come by for him in NC State, so I know he'll take that one. The fans will as well, but bit of a shocking blowout the other night for the Wolfpack.
So take all your mortgage money this month, Clip, and put it on Virginia Tech Saturday night, because we know how NC State responds to these positive moments. This has been the problem with Kevin Keats and the Wolfpack. They pull off some good wins. They just can't do it consistently. And so now they stack another win on top of that. That's always been kind of the problem, at least the last couple of years. So look for that big letdown Saturday night. If it doesn't happen, maybe that's a step for maturity in the program.
That's a great point. The Hokies have lost 3 in a row, so I guess you could say they're due at this point. So, not a bad pick there. Right now, leading the way, as we all had it going into the year, Brian, Clemson and Pittsburgh are 4-0 in the ACC. Didn't have that.
Yeah, I would thought Jeff Capel would be done and back at Duke after this year. So he's done a nice job getting them to where they need to be, but he's recruited there well, and they're finally getting that payoff. I think Clemson's the one that's kind of making people turn their heads a little bit, and can they keep it going? They've had moments through the years where they've been good. They just haven't been able to really turn it. But maybe it's because the football team is coming back. Maybe the teeter-totter there in Death Valley and Clemson area, maybe it's coming back to the basketball team a little bit.
Brian North joining us. Brian, as we look around what's going on now in the NFL and it expands to college, when you talk about the coaching carousel, there are a lot of eyeballs on Jim Harbaugh, and he came out with a nothing burger statement yesterday. And the main thing I got from his statement was when he said, none of us know what's going to happen, and then he followed that with, I plan to be coaching in Michigan. So why even have a statement if none of us know what's going to happen? But anyway, you've got that. You've also got NCAA infractions coming down on Michigan. So if a coach is to leave and split town, now might be the time to do so. I did see Mike Silver, who covers the NFL, say the Panthers might be behind a couple of teams on the Jim Harbaugh pecking order if he's decided to go to the pros. You've got the Panthers right now, the players, and you, of course, you see this a lot where they are getting the back of Steve Wilkes, the interim coach right now, want him to get the job. So Harbaugh, Panthers, Wilkes, you kind of wait to see what happens there, and then we know that domino effect that comes with that when a coach does make a move.
Well, and David Tepper, you knew Daniel Snyder and Jimmy Johnson, right? He wants to make that big splash, but I don't know if the coach wants to help him make a big splash, right? I don't know if the former Saints coach wants to go there. I don't know if Harbaugh wants to go there. Tepper may want them, but he may have to look at things and go, you know what? Steve Wilkes did a really good job galvanizing this team. If we actually give him a consistent offense, a good offensive coordinator, open this thing up a little bit, maybe, just maybe, Wilkes is the guy. I kind of feel like NFL karma owes him because of what happened to him in Arizona.
Yeah.
And I just don't know if Carolina's attracted to the big name splash coach that they want right now. So why not give Steve Wilkes one more year to kind of prove himself and see what you can build around him through the draft?
And with the young players, and look, this Panthers team, we were talking about them being the worst in the NFL, and for them to be competitive to win games kind of shows maybe what Wilkes can do, but also what they have on defense, young players, and draft capital. I don't think the Panthers are necessarily the worst landing spot to go into if you are a coach. Of course, they got to figure out what they're going to do at quarterback and some other spots you mentioned, but it's not a complete dumpster fire there in Charlotte.
And the division's horrible, so that's better as well. And most people don't think Tom Brady will be back in Tampa, so they're going to have to go back into rebuilding mode, and all the other teams are dumpster fires as well.
Boy, that's a good point, Brian. Who has the best QB situation moving forward in that division?
Yeah, good point. I don't know. Marcus Mariota left town in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Who knows what's happening with the Saints right now? I don't know who you replaced with Tom Brady. So is Sam Darnold the best quarterback in the NFC South?
I can't wait to see the record projections for that division. And kudos to you. I say it again. You did say everybody's picking the Bucs, and yeah, maybe they'll win the South, but you saw a lot of warts on Tampa Bay heading into the year. Now, the way the playoff structure is set, they will get a home game, likely against the Cowboys, and even though we've seen with our eyes these teams play, it's going to be tough to pick against Brady in the playoffs against Dallas.
It is, but that offensive line, lost guys, and then they've had so many injuries there, and that's an offensive line Micah Parsons will be salivating to face because they struggled. The running game has been non-existent despite having Leonard Fournette there. They haven't been able to run it all. It's been, Tom Brady's had to chuck it a lot, and that's a lot to put on a 45-year-old. And I said I didn't know if he would have the stamina to do something like that to get them through the season. Now he's been a little bit better than I thought, but he's also had some games where you kind of see it a little bit. So I just don't foresee them going very far because they don't have the running game. They still have a decent defense, but I just don't know if offensively they can put up the points despite Brady hooking up with Mike Evans for 3 long TDs last week, but that was more of a Panthers issue. And so, we'll see. You never say never, but I certainly won't be picking them when it comes to playoff time.
Brian, with your role in the mornings now and in the hours you work, you're kind of away, I guess. You're not seeing as much high school basketball as you certainly once did. Have you followed it at all? Any headlines for area high school hoops at all that you know of?
Yeah, I follow what I can from the morning. So basically it's headlines and highlights, right? So we know that Farmville Central is pretty good. Again, maybe not as talented as the last couple of years, but Josh Short, who was headed to the University of New Orleans to play, he's kind of leading them, and they seem to be like the team to beat in the area. And, Kinston's not bad. Perry Tyndall's doing a good job resurgence there. Newbern's okay with some athletes, but I don't know if we have, outside of Farmville, do we have a state championship quality team in the boys' ranks around here? I don't know. South Central, I think they're still trying to get their stuff together a little bit. So I think there's better girls teams around here this year, and the girls' talent is really good. With Zanaya there at North Pitt is doing really well, and we've got a young lady down at Southwest Onslow who's committed to go to Winthrop. She's playing really well. So we've got some good girls teams around here. East Carteret's doing really well. So keep an eye on some of them, but nothing that makes me say that's a state championship team outside of maybe Farmville, who you almost pencil in every year.
And speaking of local talent, Amaya Joyner really coming into her own with ECU women's basketball right now, and they picked up a road win. So right now, combined, men's and women's are 2-0 on the road in conference play this year, which you mentioned earlier, just absolutely crazy. Pirates beating Memphis on Tuesday. ECU women will be at home coming up against Tulane, trying to get to 2-1 in league play, and Amaya Joyner trying to get, I believe, 3 straight Rookie of the Week awards for the AAC.
I mean, she was a top 100 recruit, right? Now, one of the few that ECU's been able to garner and kept her home, and so she is starting to pay off some of those dividends. They got another top 100 recruit coming in next year, I know. So, look, Coach McNeil is trying to build some things there, and so keep an eye on it. But it's about keeping the talent there as well, as we're starting to see in college hoops. And I don't think we've seen the NIL affect the women's games or women's sports quite as much, but it's probably out there somewhere, especially for the top money program. So if you get somebody who develops at another school, do they start getting lured away to the Connecticut's and the Tennessees and the Baylors and the top women's programs out there who might have a way to generate some NIL money? So something to keep an eye on. But right now, nice development happening for the ECU women's basketball team.
Nort, have a great weekend, man. Enjoyed the chat as always. Hope did your girls enjoy Christmas, New Year's, all that?
Oh, my gosh. Christmas was like a 6-hour fiesta of Santa Claus might have gone a little overboard at our house. That was a lot of unwrapping and putting together toys and having fun. New Year's, they went to Grandma's house, and so the wife and I rang in the New Year watching the Bear drop at Newbern, emceed that for the 5th straight year, which is always a lot of fun. So, yeah, we have this weekend off, and then the 4-year-old birthday party circuit begins after that.
Oh, yeah. Getting ready for that. Nort, enjoyed it, man. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right. Sounds good, Clipper.
Brian North joining us on this Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We'll take a timeout, come back, wrap up hour number 1. Tony Dunn, hour 2. We will pick the Week 18 slate of games and try to figure out this playoff picture. That and more on the way on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
America's favorite light beer, Bud Light, is also the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times with family and friends, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there's fun, because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Always have fun, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holton Ahlers for my friends at ArcPoint Labs. Just as I trust my teammates, you can trust ArcPoint Labs to give you quick and accurate results for your laboratory testing needs. ArcPoint Labs provides insights and solutions to enable individuals, businesses, and communities to make informed decisions on their health, safety, and well-being. Visit any of the 6 Eastern North Carolina ArcPoint Labs locations or go to arcpointlabs.com. Go Pirates!
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
Winslow's is now Fifth Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room. With a brand new look, Fifth Street Hardware also has a new menu and serving lunch and dinner every Tuesday through Sunday and brunch starting at 10:30 on Sundays. What else is new? Well, they have poker every Tuesday night, Trivia Wednesday with DJ Captain Morgan, and on Friday and Saturday nights they have live music open till 2 a.m. serving light appetizers all night long. New look, new name, same location on Fifth Street. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram for more specials. Fifth Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room.
I'm Donald Stocks, owner of Pip Marketing Signs Print. We are your one-stop shop for just about anything printed. If we're not your go-to printer, please give us a call at 355-1636. We have over 80 5-star Google reviews and want you to be our next more than satisfied and well-pleased customer. Check us out at growatpip.com or stop in to see us at 3185 Mosley Drive in Greenville. Pip, where business goes to grow.
BMS Builders is your premier custom builder in Eastern North Carolina. With homes in Blackwood, Mills Creek, Dalton's Cove and Farmville, and Belmar and Ayden, they're constantly expanding. Now to Laurel Glen and Sarah's Way, plus the new duplex community at Abigail Trails. BMS Builders can build the home of your dreams. Just ask Dr. Dennis Ross in Greenville or ECU football coach Mike Houston. They built their homes, and they can build yours as well. Call 916-1578 for BMS Builders.
Add some sparkle and style to your home and save at Bostic Sugg Furniture. Give your home a new look in the new year with beautiful new furniture. Right now, get a Bostic Sugg first time ever offer with 3 ways to save. 1, get a sales tax discount on any purchase. 2, get a $100 in MasterCard rewards cards for every $1,000 you spend. And finally, get 6 months special financing. So add some sparkle and style to your home with a little help from Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates.
This is Coach Blake Carroll, defensive coordinator for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The Dickinson Avenue Public House is a lively and diverse restaurant in Greenville that uses fresh and local ingredients with influences of Creole, Asian, and upscale Southern cuisine. The Dickinson Avenue Public House offers a seasonally rotating menu and a full-service bar with rotating craft brews on tap. Come to the intersection of 8th and Dickinson and enjoy $1 oysters Tuesday through Thursday from 5:30 to 7. For more details, check out daphousenc.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Couple of talking points that we can go around the horn. First of all, from the Brian North discussion, we're talking about East Carolina 2-1 against TCU. The one time they lost to Texas Christian, LaDainian Tomlinson ran all over the Pirates in the bowl game. Some people were talking about that, including Eric on Facebook says LT torched ECU in Mobile, was so annoyed by their air horn. That air horn ranks a distant second behind the Virginia Tech Hokie Warble. That's a cool word. Pirate GT says Steve Logan beat number 23 in his last game at ECU. He was already fired. Another stupid AD move. So we got some Steve Logan talk in the show. Peanut Butter Hero said Tony looked young in that picture. Must have been in the late 20s or early 30s.
Oh, I thought he meant in this.
And then he said you still look well.
Oh, thank you.
You look well.
That was nice.
So my question on Twitter that I put out, and I'll put it out to you. You can chime in, Facebook, YouTube, and people in this building. Who's the best football player ECU played against? And a couple I thought of were Tomlinson.
Michael Vick.
Michael Vick is a good one. Tony, we remember that one well. Michael Irvin, Ed Reed, Brett Favre. Frank says Vinny Testaverde.
Torrey Holt, maybe? Did we play him? Was that 99? No, he was already in the NFL probably.
Yeah, I don't know if we played Torrey Holt. That would have been a good
99?
one, though. Because we never played. We
had State here.
Yeah.
In 99, I think.
Torrey Holt was, he was with the Rams then. All right, but good question. Vic's a good answer. For you old Pirates.
Somebody, too.
The hero, Taylor Heineke.
Taylor Heineke.
He torched us that day.
Yeah.
We'll add him to the list.
There's got to be somebody else we're missing. Mike Davis.
All right, not greatest. The best games, but like...
Oh, he's great.
Best NFL players.
Getting cut from the Atlanta Falcons. How awesome you are.
We're talking about like Hall of Famers here. Who are some Hall of Famers? Some HOF.
Now, ECU played Alabama. Like in the late 90s.
But they weren't...
Sean Alexander in there? Was he?
I don't think they were... They weren't like
we
awesome.
played. Did we play South Carolina when Jadeveon Clowney was there?
Team.
I believe we played against Clowney.
Okay.
Yeah. Who was on that Miami team in 99?
Well,
right?
see,
the Floyd year.
So they were
There's
so
gotta
good.
be somebody.
Their backup quarterback, their backup running back was Clinton Portis, because I remember he came in and I was like, that guy's got a weird name. Santana Moss, Reggie Wayne were their starting receivers.
Well, there you go.
And then their defense.
We just answered the question right there.
Yeah, but we're talking. But there's
Reggie Wayne has to be.
Yeah, Reggie Wayne's
like
up there.
ECU played Florida State back in the day. Was Dion on those Florida State teams?
Who else?
Did the Pirates play against Dion? Jeff says,
or Randy Moss for that matter, because didn't he go to Marshall?
Byron Leftwich.
All right.
I was thinking Byron Leftwich or
Randy Moss. They were FCS, but like they were.
Okay. So it was a little bit too far back.
Who was on that? Did we play Chad?
Nah, because that was him and Moss. I want to say we played against Leftwich, but I don't think we
did
play
against Leftwich because
he was carried.
That was not that game.
That wasn't that game.
It wasn't.
No, but he did have a monster.
Don't ruin my memories.
I just remember the at the end of We Are Marshall, they played highlights from that bowl game.
That really wasn't against us.
No, I think that was a different game where he was hurt and they carried him down the field.
I swear that was against us.
That's how minds work, though.
It is. It's true. That's why Jim Abbott has hit a home run in my mind.
Jeff says that we played against Torrey Holt in 1996 in Raleigh. So there you go.
Tony bringing the heat. By the way, I'm Tony Dunn.
Scott says Phillip Rivers. Did we play against Rivers? I don't remember playing.
Russell Wilson. We played against Russell Wilson.
Yeah, Russell Wilson. Yeah.
Before this year, he could be on our list. Not this year.
Yeah,
not
he's like Mike Davis is better than him right now.
I don't remember playing against Phillip Rivers.
I've got
Wait a minute. Did he play in that last Thompson game?
What about a West Virginia? There's got to be somebody from West Virginia. That
Pat White.
Yeah, but again, we're talking all-time great players like NFL. You could say Pac-Man Jones.
I got a Simeon Rice.
Mike Allstott?
Simeon Rice.
Simeon Rice was awesome. Him and Kevin Hardy at Illinois were awesome. Who, Shirley?
I was thinking Mike Allstott. Wasn't he the big running back?
For who? He went to Purdue.
He went to Purdue.
Yeah.
Okay, no, there was a huge running back that used to play for.
He was putting in work.
Yeah, West Virginia, but he played the same years that Pat White did.
Owen Schmidt.
Oh, Jack.
I want to say.
Yeah.
Jack has a good one.
Again, we're doing all-time greats here. All-time greats.
Jack on YouTube has a good one. Pat McAfee.
Well,
he played for West Virginia. He was the kicker for West Virginia in 2006 and in 2008, I believe, when we whooped their tail.
Pirate GT says prime time came to ECU in 1988. Arse whooping his freshman year. So Dion, that was a great answer because he is an all-time great. Brad also says McAfee. So there's a bit of a talking point too.
That was fun.
Mark says Michael Vick. Stewart says prime time. So
no one knows who this is, and he's obviously not an NFL great. But if you follow Barstool and Caleb Presley, a big personality with Barstool, he was when ECU
director of morale.
He was the director of morale for UNC football when ECU put 70 points on him. He would wear a jersey on the sideline.
Wow, what a title for that game!
Yeah, we clowned him and joked on him, and
now he's with Barstool.
Yeah.
And now you're clowning and joking him still.
Yeah, still kind of a ridiculous thing that they did, especially when you give up 70 points and
Barstool morale.
Yeah.
Johnny Robertson says Peyton Manning in 95.
Colin says,
really? Do we play Tennessee?
Oh yeah, Peyton Manning. Wow. Oh yeah, I don't know how I didn't add him to the original list. Colin says most of those 80s and 90s Hurricanes teams would fill up the list. He said he added a Tar Heel to the list. Lawrence Taylor.
Oh yeah,
certainly an all-time great.
Julius Peppers, maybe.
Great.
Yeah.
Did we play it?
Back in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was the game there.
Leonard Henry had a big game, I believe.
Somebody fumbled into the end zone late.
Yeah.
I want to say. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back.
I like that segment.
Good work.
We'll do more on this if you have more answers for us.
What about we can do basketball?
It's a homeboy from Miami.
Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade, yeah.
I mean, that's the answer, right?
Probably. How many basketball Hall of Famers had? David Robinson played back in the day against ECU when he played at Navy. Yep. Good discussion.
I like that. I like it.
Let's take a break. We'll come back, have more for you after this.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates. The doors open at noon, 7 days a week. And the Buck has live music every night, along with football. Monday is open mic night, the first Monday of each month. Tuesday, it's karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday, it's acoustic night. Thursday, it's the dance party with DJ Kid Scene and live music every Friday and Saturday night with the best bands on the East Coast. Follow the Buck on Instagram for information and schedule of events. This season, party like a pirate at the Buck.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi Spa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com, Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates!
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and a multitude of advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,500 people, and we're one of the largest employers in our community and region. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org. And remember, education is truly a team effort. Pitt County Schools. Live and lead.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holton Ahlers, and when it comes to getting your family together, there's no better place than Familia, which is Italian for family. Familia is the place I like to bring my football family, especially my offensive linemen. Whether it's great New York-style pizzas, homemade meatballs, lasagna, chicken parmesan, or delicious homemade desserts, Familia is a winning play every time. For dine-in or takeout, make Familia your go-to play when you have a hungry team. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College. Go Pirates!
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
Hey Pirate fans, this is head coach Mike Houston. The physicians at Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center have been taking care of our athletes here at East Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or if it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care, physical therapy, and diagnostic testing. For experienced and professional services, call the folks who have been taking care of me and many of our fans in Pirate Nation, or visit them online at orthopedicseast.com. Go Pirates!
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Country Mart. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations, in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? We'll keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, we were talking about best football players to play against East Carolina, stemming from LaDainian Tomlinson. The only TCU win over ECU came in the bowl game in Mobile with Tomlinson. We were talking about Julius Peppers, and I remembered a fumble into the end zone that game. And it was my former classmate at East Carolina that John Moody pointed out, as did Pirate GT. Art Brown was the fumbler there. Some other answers. Good one here. Bernard Williams, former Pirate, now coaching at North Forsyth High School. We actually had Bernard on our show, I remember, during COVID times. He brought up a name that hadn't been mentioned yet. Donovan McNabb had some games against Cuse back in the day. First time I've seen that name. That's a good answer. I thought of one, not an all-time great, but at a time was one of the NFL's top receivers, Brandon Marshall. Both him and Mike Sims Walker played for UCF in Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium back in the day. Patrick says, and I don't remember playing Pitt when they had it, but he says we did. Says Curtis Martin, who is a Hall of Famer.
Great.
So that's a good answer. Curtis Martin. When did ECU play Pitt those years?
Ryan Mallett.
No. We made him look like pedestrian when we played him in the bowl game. Ryan Mallett, no, but And I want to say the Kentucky game that he was hurt. Randall Cobb was on that team, but I don't think he played in the bowl game. Torrey Smith, not an all-time great, but he did play against East Carolina in a bowl game. All right. Oh, boy. We got a lot of answers from Bubba. Let's see if he's got anybody we haven't seen.
Bubba.
There you go, Tony. Sean Alexander at 98. Was that you or Chandler?
That was me.
Sorry. Tony, good call. Way to go, Tony. I hate Sean Alexander.
Gosh,
I never had him in fantasy when he was dominating.
I love him.
But that's a great answer, Chandler.
That's great. Short window.
Oh, here's a name. Another Syracuse, Dwight Freeney. Definitely an all-time great. Matt Forte, good answer. Not an all-time great, but very productive. Bernie Kosar.
I mean, he was the first receiver that got over 100 receptions in a season.
First running back?
I mean, yes, thank you.
Are you sure?
I think so.
Because if not, I want to say Tomlinson or Marshall Faulk. Although Roger Craig back in the day.
I think he's the first one that ever... Maybe I'm wrong.
He's not an NFL great, but he was...
Larry Centers.
He was fairly good at Virginia Tech. Someone might have already said this. Tyrod Taylor.
Oh, he broke it. Okay.
Yep. Way to go, Tony. Good call. What you got? Tyrod Taylor?
Tyrod Taylor was at Virginia Tech, but he's not NFL great, and I don't know if someone already said that.
Could have been if his team doctors didn't try to kill him.
Stephon Gilmore, says Alex. South Carolina.
Ha! Lance Lewis torched that fella. Redbeard says Brett Favre, who was in my initial. Oh,
really?
More names from
I didn't hear Brett Favre.
He was on my initial tweet. I put a few guys up there. Let's see, Robin, anybody new? Frank Gore.
Bernie Kosar.
Devin Hester, definitely an all-time great.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, the greatest.
Yeah.
I'm reading Bubba's comment.
You guys are really good listeners.
Yep. They're smart Pirate fans.
I do remember
internet always wins.
Sorry?
Matt Forte for Tulane in Bubba's comment. I do remember that. That was Chris Johnson's senior day.
Yep. Bryce, we mentioned this guy, but he said Illinois beat us so bad in Memphis, I renamed it the Simeon Rice Bowl.
Ouch.
Simeon Rice was a stud.
Minute Rice.
Pirate GT, more Steve Logan. Sean Alexander, Logan lost his mind in the Bama game. We got the SEC shaft. Robert says Jimmy Johnson, most famous coach to coach against ECU. It's kind of a different category, but...
When was that?
Miami.
I mean, I know who for, but when?
Early 90s.
Was it?
Or late 80s, actually.
Man, I really missed a lot when I was a child.
Good discussion. Good discussion. Also on that South Carolina team, Alshon Jeffrey, not a great, but now we're just naming names. But we named a lot of greats.
They're noticeable names, though.
We could put together a all-time team versus East Carolina.
All-time
quarterback
team.
Peyton Manning, running back
Sean Alexander or
Tomlinson.
Oh, LT.
Receiver, you got
Reggie Wayne.
The Miami guys, Torrey Holt. We need to do that. We'll do that one day.
We just did it.
We kind of did. We certainly did.
Now we just got to go through offensive linemen.
Who's the best long snapper ECU ever faced?
J.J. Jansen.
We never played Notre Dame.
Oh, really? Was it Notre Dame? Wow. Look at how... Is he your idol?
He is.
Really?
I remember going to Panthers games and you can go
watching
down.
His form?
Yeah, you can go down to the bottom bowl there at Panthers games and with 30 minutes left before kickoff, you had to go back up. But I would go down there and watch him snap.
Good
for
one.
An hour.
Okay, that is just...
He was a long snapper.
It's one of the lamest things I've ever heard.
No, that's the greatest thing ever.
For an hour, I watched him snap.
You did not.
For an hour.
You did not.
For an hour.
That is not a true story.
Okay.
Pirate GT, Sterling Sharp from USC. He was a great, and I think career kind of got derailed by injury, but he was a great receiver. Jack says, how can you forget about Pollard and Henderson from Memphis? Because they're not all-time greats, Jack. That's how. Daryl Henderson.
Take it easy on Jack.
I was about to say.
Hey, Jack, how did I forget? Because they're forgettable.
Not good.
Because they're not good, okay?
Take it easy on Jack.
No, screw Jack.
C.J. Henderson.
I'm done with
terrible.
Jack.
Torched.
Cancel your YouTube. Delete your YouTube app.
Hey, take it easy.
Don't do that. Smash the thumbs up button and being part of the community.
There you go.
Hey, before you leave and delete it, give us a like. Johnny,
let the likes rain down, as my daughter says.
Johnny says Jeff Hostetler. All right. He won a Super Bowl, I believe, filling in for Phil Simms or a playoff game. Jesse Hester. I don't know who that is. Did you mean a different name, or is that a person? Jesse Hester, football player. Let's take a look.
Oh, he looks awesome.
He looks like a good football player, I got to say.
The greatest.
He went to Florida State. Never made a Pro Bowl. Was a first-round draft pick. Jesse Hester. All right. Thank you for that submission.
And also an actor in every movie where someone's in prison.
What does that mean?
Did you not see this picture? Go back. I mean,
I'm not going back.
Okay.
Another discussion I want to have, Tony. You said your daughter, she wanted some puff Cheez-Its.
Oh, yeah.
And unfortunately was looking at the back of the box, which was advertising for the new product.
Yes.
But instead you just got some regular Cheez-Its.
Yeah.
Kind of reminded me in a way of we were young. I want to say we were at Shoney's.
Ooh,
remember
wow,
Shoney's?
You're really going way back. You're dipping into the well.
And
that was the breakfast place, right? With the potatoes?
Yeah, they had like maybe a buffet.
Yeah, I think they had breakfast potatoes.
Yeah. And to drink, I usually would get a sweet tea when we went out, but I said I want a root beer. I don't know if I saw it on like a TV show I was watching.
What they give you? A fake beer?
No, well, no. My dad was like, "Have you ever had a root beer?" I was like, "No." He's like, just get something else. You don't know if you like it. I was like, "I want a root beer. Come on."
Man, but they can't replace it.
And he said, "All right, I'm not getting you anything else if you don't like it."
They didn't like switch it out back in that day. Like you got one drink. Was it a bottle?
I was too young to know that I probably could have.
Imagine the fountain. He's like,
or they might have charged for another soft drink, but it was a lesson.
Those are the 80s, bro.
It was a lesson in, that, hey.
Like, no, stay in your lane.
yeah, exactly.
Do you not like root beer?
Well, I got it. I tried it. It's awful. It tasted disgusting.
Do you not drink it?
No.
You've never drank it?
I don't like
since?
the smell of it.
Okay.
And it just reminded me of that, where I got something that I hated, didn't want. And
it's like a bald referee for the ECU Pirates.
Hey, good news. We didn't have any baldies Wednesday night. Bad news.
You lost. They lost. Well, by one shot, right?
The ref stunk.
Oh.
And we stunk shooting.
They had hair and they still stank.
Let's talk Panthers. Yeah. I was thinking about this today. Would you rather watch week 3 of a preseason game or week 18 of a game where you're out of the playoffs?
Ooh, great question.
Because I hate, I have no plans to watch a down. I don't even care about Sam Howell starting. I don't care what happens.
What?
I don't care. He's not going to be
well,
good.
Neither does Ron Rivera, who doesn't know that they were eliminated or something, whatever.
If you want to talk about a fireable offense,
that's bad, right?
Him starting Carson Wentz and then not knowing the ramifications.
Wild.
He just looks completely lost.
He sounds completely lost.
It sounds like he just is going to do the same thing over and over, which is just like,
yeah,
arms folded
again.
Let's just put the whatever.
All time great guy, but those are 2 fireable offenses right there.
That was bad that he didn't know that was an important game.
That's even worse though than starting Carson Wentz.
Do you think he was just saying that like? I didn't hear it. I just heard it reported.
Well, I heard him. He was either being a smart ass for no reason or didn't know. Either way, it's bad.
Not good.
Either way, it's really bad. But he did it to himself. He started Carson Wentz. So anyway, my point is there is nothing worse than NFL a week where your team has no stakes. And we're even playing the Cowboys, and I don't even care. I don't care if we lose 52-0. I really don't.
That really sucks.
I don't. Do you care if y'all win this week?
Oh, no, I want us to lose.
Exactly. I mean, that's just
I hate to say that, but I was thinking about this, Chandler, is here's a name that's been missing as we continue to think about the quarterback situation for the Carolina Panthers. Jameis Winston, baby. What did my trainer say?
What did he say?
Oh,
he just said to
be prepared. The greatest.
That's in our open
no one's talking about him at all.
Okay,
that would be Saints.
That would be fun, like mid-season, but like You want to go into next year with Jameis?
Yeah.
Why?
I love him, bro.
Have you mentioned this on the podcast?
Pain. No, I haven't. I just thought about it
He
yesterday.
just wants it for the jokes.
Totally.
Pain everywhere.
Where?
Pain.
Everywhere.
Pain everywhere.
He's the best.
Jameis, what do you do this week?
But he's like missing.
Me and Sir Purr talked for about 35 minutes, and Sir Purr just told me to be a Panther. Have a Panther heart.
And Sir Purr told me...
What did Sir Purr
He said, what
say
did
to
Sir
me?
Purr tell me? He just told me to be a Panther.
He told me to have the heart of a Panther.
What did Sir Purr tell me? He just kept.
I don't know.
He just told me to keep pounding.
What did he say?
Tony wants a quarterback just for the jokes. Tony jumped the
I
shark.
just thought it was. I was thinking about him just yesterday, and like he's missing. Like, I mean, has anybody talked about
agree.
him for like?
We have talked about him. Like, why isn't he playing over
Like
Andy
zero.
Dalton or Taysom
Yeah.
Hill? Like, is he hurt? What's going on? Like,
Weird.
put him in, especially when they have playoffs on the
Well, there
line.
was that quote that he had earlier this year, right, where he was,
What was
like,
the quote?
What
was the
did
quote?
he say?
It was just a quote.
What did I?
It was in quotation marks.
What did I say?
No, he said something. What did he say? No, I'm just kidding. But
What
he
did
said,
I say?
No, but he said he was like.
What did he say?
He really said like this shouldn't be how it is. Like I shouldn't lose my starting job because I got
because
injured.
of the injury. Which I mean, okay, but
It
like,
depends
now
on-
it's like 10 weeks later.
Yeah. It depends on who comes in for you and how the team does. They didn't set the world on fire, so
Man, like, is he active? What is he doing? It's just kind of strange that he's missing. Like, Marcus Mariota left the team on purpose, and Jameis Winston just sticks around.
Well, while we're having these nonsensical conversations, there was one at Sports Trivia the other night. Somebody said Sam Howell is going to
Light the world on fire?
Yeah, and then get you'll have a lot of trade capital. And hey, the
trade capital.
And he said the Panthers will come calling to bring him back to Carolina. And I said they have Matt Corral. I'll do a Corral for Howell deal if you want to.
Wow.
Like I
You
mean,
did like Corral a lot.
I was a Corral stan.
Okay, Corral.
Yeah, he's okay by me.
He's okay, except for he's got a broken foot.
But yeah, I don't care what Hal does, whatever. As far as the Panthers go, like I guess, do you make a coach decision before quarterback decision, right?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, that
Gotta have someone to make a decision
which
on
is,
it.
This has been wild. The Carolina Panthers season has been remarkably entertaining given the circumstances, right? You start out 1-5, you fire your coach, then you appoint an interim. He fires half of the staff. They trade away their best player in Christian McCaffrey, and they go through 3 different quarterbacks. And somehow in December, or on New Year's Eve, they're freaking relevant.
I know. And we talked about that because, Tony, you were like, first pick, all this stuff, and I kept reminding you the Houston Texans exist. But we were talking about the Panthers as a bottom team in the NFL.
Yeah.
And they went from that to competitive to winning games
to back to the bottom.
Not
7,
necessarily. Unfortunately,
8,
they didn't get back to the bottom in your case because they're still close to 500,
They're
right?
crabs in a bucket trying to claw out.
And that says a lot about Steve Wilkes, probably.
I mean, admirable job.
Yeah.
You know, which is that. Let's bring that up. Is what instead of it being interested in Week 17, we don't care at all. But we are looking to what the head coaching job will be. And, you know, you think about Steve Wilkes, and like I said, an admirable performance, really incredible, to be honest. But he lost against the Pittsburgh the Panthers lost against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they also lost this past week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And
Being
I think
up 21-10.
Yeah, and I think those games, if the Panthers pull those out, like Tepper has no choice but to hire him. But it left the door open for discussions about D'Amico Ryans and actually the sexiest of sexy khaki pants wearing Jim Harbaugh.
You like Jim?
He loves Jim.
Yeah.
He loves Jim.
I mean, and it's just going to be so easy for us all to go to Kmart doesn't exist anymore. but Walmart and get some Dickies and go to the game. Like, how cool would that be? We all wear khakis.
Break out the khakis.
Totally.
We need to take a break.
Let's
Tony,
do
you
it.
said we got some very smart listeners, viewers. How about this one? Johnny says in 1985, ECU played against Auburn. Auburn won 35-10.
Is that like Bo Jackson?
Bo Jackson.
Yeah,
what an answer.
totally.
What
That's the
freaking
winner.
answer.
That might be the best one.
That's the winner.
That's a great answer, Johnny. Good call.
That is the winner.
Bo knows ECU.
Dude, do you remember those books we used to read? In like
Book fair, yeah.
2 players. It was like Bo Knows and I don't know, Michael Jordan or something.
Yeah, I do.
Right.
Second break. You remember Pro Stars, the cartoon?
Do you remember Wrestling Dummies?
So it was Jordan, Bo, and Wayne Gretzky. Do you remember that?
I do actually remember that, yes.
Let's just talk about stuff we liked when we were 5 years old.
Who cares about week 17?
We will talk week 18. We won't even mention week 17. Forget
In the
about
past.
it. We'll make some picks when we return after this.
University PC Care in Greenville and New Bern has been serving the tech repair needs of Eastern North Carolina since 2006. And as one of the only Apple authorized service providers east of Raleigh, all our technicians are Apple certified, and we only use genuine Apple parts. Your iPhone and Mac warranties are safe with us. Have questions or need service? Call 252-558-1280 or visit us online at universitypccare.com. University PC Care, your one-stop shop for service on everything Apple.
Jeff Stein, our special guest from Brown & Wood. Hey, Jeff, electric cars are coming. What's that mean for Brown & Wood customers?
For the customers, like it or not, EV is coming. We've installed 5 electric vehicle chargers here at the dealership. We have the all-new Cadillac Lyriq coming at 1st of 2024, and we've just seen the first reservation for the new Sierra EV.
People are interested in electric vehicles. How can they get up with you?
They can visit us at brownandwood.net or 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Great. It's 30 degrees in here. This is going to be a cold night.
No one's coming out this late.
I'm on firewood.
Dad! I'll put hot coals in our socks for bedtime. Mom!
Hi, I'm from Delcor Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Got an email about your heat being out?
That was me. I sent it from my phone.
I think your socks are on fire. Ah!
Call Delcor today to get a new system installed for less than $100 a month. Offer expires soon. Go to delcorinc.com. Monthly fee based on new system financing is 9.9% APR for 120 months. Call Delcor for details.
With over 30 locations across North Carolina and southeastern Virginia, Quality Equipment is your local John Deere dealer, where you'll find everything you need for your next project. Our complete lineup of John Deere lawn and garden, agricultural, and commercial worksite equipment comes with years of experience, expertise, and dedication. We know what it takes to get it done right. Stop by today or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owners insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
This is Holt Ahlers. I've been eating at Parker's Barbecue since I was a kid. Now, all these years later, I still love to eat at Parker's. In fact, I love it so much, I bring my entire offensive line with me. They protect me, and I look out for them with great food from Parker's Barbecue. So whether you bring the team like me or just your friends and family, the awesome barbecue, chicken, and seafood at Parker's is a win every time. Parker's Barbecue, where they always treat you like family.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
To keep your bodies active and engaged in the activities that you love, you need a good stretch. And at Bodies in Balance, that's the mission they follow to give you the best quality of life. With years of experience, the team at Bodies in Balance can create a stretch or massage program that's right for you. Visit them at 3101 South Evans Street in Greenville or schedule a home visit to receive a stretch or massage in the comfort of your own home. Call today at 916-4530 to schedule your first stretch consultation or massage appointment and check them out online at bodiesinbalance.com.
This is Ryan Jones, and you listen to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Country Mart. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations, in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Christie's Europub is the perfect place to relax, grab a bite, and enjoy a drink. Located in the heart of Greenville and just a few blocks from ECU's campus, Christie's offers lunch, dinner, and late night with live music every Sunday. Come and have lunch Monday through Friday from 11 to 3 or Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 4. For the latest information, check Christie's out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram or Christie'sEuropub.com. Scratch cooking takes time, so relax and enjoy a pint today at Christie's Europub. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
All right. Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Tony and I talking final standing scenarios here with our picks. Real quick, we were talking about all-time great football players. Chandler, you mentioned basketball players. I thought about this. How many Naismith College Player of the Year award winners have been inside of Minges Coliseum? I can think of 3. And one of them was Wednesday night. Johnny Dawkins. Didn't play, but was on the sidelines. The others
in the building.
The others I have are... Now, did David Robinson play here or on the road? I think he played here. So, David Robinson. And the other, there's certainly an asterisk by it. He watched his son play here. Ralph Sampson would be the other.
What about that yellow one? The other tall one, Tim Duncan. What? Are you just highlighting different people?
Why'd you call him the yellow one?
Because it's highlighted yellow.
Tim Duncan didn't play here.
Okay. Is this just a list of great basketball players then?
The highlight is there in the Hall of Fame, by the way, Tony. This is the Naismith Players of the Year.
Not people who played
Wait,
ECU.
was it one? Was it?
There's not a Wikipedia page of people who played ECU. Come on. Come on, folks.
I don't think Kenyon Martin played here with Cincinnati. No, Dwayne Wade was not the Player of the Year. That would have been around, what, 02, 01, 03?
Yeah.
Battier, Jason Williams, TJ Ford. Where'd TJ Ford go to school?
TJ Ford.
Texas. Good call.
University of what did I say? What did he say?
No wonder you on Jameis.
What was the?
That was UTSA.
Yeah,
Tulsa of America of San Antonio of Texas. Chandler has 156 wins this year. Tony has 149. CJ has 141. I have 138. Now, Tony, in order for you to catch up, you got to pick 7 opposite.
Pick like you.
Of Chandler. Now, you can choose to do that or not, but Chandler, we're going to let you go first in all the picks to give Tony an opportunity to catch up.
Pick the Raiders, dude.
The Raiders. Chiefs.
You help me.
Chiefs at Raiders. Chandler, who you got?
Got to go Chiefs.
All right. Tony, who you going with?
Here's one of my 7.
What?
The Chiefs.
Oh, okay. I will take the Chiefs, and CJ takes the Chiefs. How about this, Tony? AFC South Championship game, Saturday night.
Chad is stoked.
Chad is stoked because Josh Dobbs will be the quarterback for the Titans.
My God.
Taking on the Jags.
Malik Willis.
Let me just say this. He stinks. He can't complete a pass.
Oh, Malik Willis. Yeah. I was like, gosh, what did Josh Dobbs do to you?
He didn't build me my rocket that I wanted. He is a rocket scientist, right?
Didn't have eyebrows.
Well, he can't control that.
Yeah.
Would you rather?
You can draw them on.
Would you rather have eyebrows or Josh Dobbs' salary and degree?
Oh, no eyebrows, baby.
Definitely.
Hey, it's like one of those things where you don't know what's wrong with somebody. You know, you're like, what is wrong here? You don't know what it is. You're like, 2 days later, you're like, Oh,
alopecia.
No, yeah. I've been shamed about this.
Villanueva, the basketball player for UConn. All right,
he should be a swimmer.
I could see a scenario where Derrick Henry rushes for 230 yards and the Titans win this game. I'm not going to pick that. I will take the Jags, but I could definitely see it. CJ takes the Jags. Chandler.
I'm going to go Titans.
Yes, I'm getting the Jags.
All right, there's one, Tony. Just keep that in mind. Bucks at Falcons. CJ's taking the Bucks. This game means nothing for the Bucks, correct?
They've already won the division.
What does it mean for Atlanta?
Nothing.
I'm going Bucks.
All right.
Fly, baby. Fly, Tony.
You still you can make it.
Desmond Ritter time, baby.
Would they really sit Tom Brady in this game?
Who is the Bucks backup?
Blaine Gabbert.
Blaine Gabbert.
Blaine Gabbert.
Who was the second overall pick behind Cam Newton.
You know what? Give me the Falcons.
I think the Panthers made the right call. Okay.
They're going to sit Tom Brady. Come on.
Do we know that for a fact?
No, I don't. I just made that up.
I'll take...
But why would they play him?
You say you're picking like me. I'll take the Falcons with you, Tony.
Yes.
Patriots at Bills, Chandler. Patriots win and they're in. You're going Bills.
Bills.
I will take the Bills.
Me too.
Tony takes the Bills, as will CJ. Vikings at Bears. Vikings
what happened
are in
with homeboy last week?
Who?
The quarterback.
Justin Fields?
Good God, 75 yards pass. Was that 2 weeks ago? But he had like a billion.
He's never gotten better
yard.
at passing.
Billion running yards.
Yeah, he's just really good at running the football.
Weird one for the Vikings last week. They gave up a kick return for a touchdown. They didn't get it in on 1st and goal from the 1.
Then
there was another special teams. There was a pick 6 for a touchdown. They take on the Bears this week.
I'll take the Vikings.
I will as well, Chandler.
Vikings.
And CJ takes the Vikings. Ravens at Bengals. Bengals. So this one's weird, man. Let me find all these damn scenarios.
I don't think the Ravens are good.
I know. They don't have Lamar Jackson.
And they still would lose this game with Lamar,
I'm
probably.
going Bengals.
Bengals are...
Do they... are they playing for anything? With this... I mean, who knows? And I don't really want to get into the... I mean, we can if you want to, but...
Well, the Bengals can't get the first round bye. Their coach is upset about it, by the way, because normally you'd go by winning percentage, but they changed it this year.
What'd they change it to?
Well, now there's a scenario where you could have a neutral site championship game if...
Did they only do this because of the Hamlin thing?
Yeah, because the game didn't get finished the other night. So the Bengals are playing for, I guess, just increasing their seeding, perhaps. But the Ravens are trying to...
Get in the playoffs?
Well, it looks like the Ravens are in anyway.
Oh, wow. Look, they're not good. We just said they're not good, and they're 10-6.
Yeah.
Wow. They're the worst 10-6 team ever.
Is everybody taking the Bengals?
Yeah,
Yes.
I already took them.
All right. Texans at Colts, a true nothing matters game.
Ooh.
This is a good one for you to go opposite. Who are you taking, Chandler?
I'll go Colts.
I'll go Texans.
All right, there you go. Simple as that.
Texans can pull this out.
Here we go again.
I'll take the Texans. Now, where are we as far as first overall pick, though? Texans are 2-13-1.
They're the number 1, I think.
Bears
number 2.
So if the Texans win, the Bears could get the number 1 pick.
Wow. And then the Panthers trade up for the number 1.
I feel like we see this too, where a team wins and they shouldn't the last week. So I'm going to take the Texans. CJ is taking the Colts. All right, Jets at Dolphins.
Do they play on Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday. Dang. You wanted another Saturday on Saturday?
Yeah.
Jets at Dolphins. Dolphins need to win and get help to get in. I will take... Oh, the Dolphins are starting that guy.
Who is that?
Guy?
Their quarterback.
Teddy B?
No. The other
He's
guy.
like 3 down.
Oh, Mike Glennon?
No.
No, Skylar Thompson.
Thank you,
Who
Shirley.
is that?
That's the Dolphins
He's
quarterback.
better than Mike Glennon, though.
Skyler. How do you feel about the name Skyler? Not a fan.
I mean,
I think
it's
it's a
like
girl.
a girl's name.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. First girl quarterback. Oh, no. Trevor Lawrence is. Sorry, my bad.
You taking Skyler or are you taking Joe Flacco? Because he's starting for the Jets.
Oh, my God.
Gosh.
Week 18. This is what it is.
Oh, my God.
I love it.
I'm not picking this one.
I'm going with Old Reliable.
Who's that?
Who is that?
Flacco?
Flacco.
All right.
I'll take the girl.
All right. Tim McGraw said, don't take the girl.
Don't take the girl.
You are ignoring his advice.
Yeah.
All right. I will take the girl.
Don't take the girl.
I'm taking the girl.
It's better than...
And CJ's taking Joe Flacco. When we return, we will pick Panthers, Saints, and the other games of Week 18. More to go. Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville. Do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers. Hey, Pirate fans, this is Coach Mike Schwartz. The physicians at Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center have been caring for our athletes at ECU for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care, physical therapy, and diagnostic testing. They also provide urgent orthopedic care on the weekends. For experienced and professional services, call the folks at Orthopedics East at 757-2663 or visit them online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's hot dogs?
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for only $6.25 would be awesome.
Warren's hot dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's hot dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates! The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
This isn't your regular cola, so this isn't your regular cola ad. No beach parties or family barbecues here, just Nitro Pepsi, the first cola ever infused with nitrogen. So forget everything you thought you knew about soda, because that nitrogen gives us a whole new experience. Think an infusion of smaller bubbles for a cola that's got a lighter, smoother texture. And don't get me started on the pour. You don't pour this like any other cola. We're talking turn the can completely upside down and watch as those bubbles cascade into the glass to create a frothy, luxurious foam topping. Can your cola do that? I didn't think so. Unless you've got your own Nitro Pepsi, in which case cheers to your great taste. Because you already know that the only thing better than the pour is the unapologetic cola taste. What else is there to say? From the creamy foam to the smooth texture to its unbelievably delicious flavor, this is cola like you've never had it before. Time to bring your taste buds to the next frontier. Nitro Pepsi. Smooth, creamy, delicious.
UBE
and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
This is Carson Whistlehunt, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Country Mart. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations, in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. ECU football alum Dakota Marshall is the owner of First and Goal Hauling. With a fleet of dump trucks, he does it all. He hauls dirt, asphalt, stone, and a whole lot more. And First and Goal Hauling is where it's a touchdown every time. You can follow First and Goal Hauling on Facebook today. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Well, we don't like you either, Tony. Welcome back to the show, Clip Rock, Tony Dunn, Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt. Still trying to figure out a discussion from yesterday. So Down at the Beach Club is chairman of the board.
Down at the beach club, yeah.
But I'm thinking of something that is
like
on the beach. That's where I wanna be. So if anybody could tell me if that's 2 different songs, please let me know.
On the beach. Is it on the beach?
I don't know. I found the one on YouTube that you were the Beach Club, but is there a separate one?
The beach club, yeah.
Either way, we got to make this pick: Panthers at Saints.
Riveting discussion.
Can we just continue to sing Down at the Beach
The
Club?
Jameis Winston Bowl. What if?
Oh man, I know. Can we get him and start him? Do the Panthers win this, Chandler? Sam Darnold playing for his money for like $5 million.
I'm taking the
future,
Panthers.
yeah.
CJ's taking the Panthers. Chandler, who are you taking?
You gonna go opposite of me, Tony?
Maybe.
First, all right. So Tony so far has gone opposite 1, 2, 3.
Ooh, I'm on a roll.
4. So you only got to do 3 more. So make them wise. All right.
Well, let me look at the rest of the games.
I'll go Panthers.
All right. Chandler,
I'll go Saints.
All right.
That's 5, right? I get 2 more.
Browns.
Question. Was it this song?
I don't think so.
That's not it?
That's the one I was just listening to.
That's 4?
No, definitely not that.
That's the one I just looked.
Although I do like this song.
Okay,
It's my new-
so it's not that one.
There were no
okay,
words
I'll keep
in it.
looking.
Yeah. All right.
Why
thanks,
do you
Shirley.
like that song so much? There's no words.
It's a great song. Sometimes you don't need words. The music tells the.
Are there really 0 words?
One
in
of
it?
my favorite songs ever is Jimi Hendrix' "Bold as Love" instrumental, and he just like the guitar literally sings. It's it's unreal.
It grows a mouth and just says
does it
la la
sing
la
at
la
the beach?
la.
Yes, it's like it is the best, man.
Singing at the beach.
I kind of want to play it. All right, maybe I'll play it like.
How do we look? Do we look good or bad?
I haven't looked good since like 4th grade. I hit my peak.
Did you order the pictures? Or did you just take that sample one
I'm
with
sure.
like the
I'm sure Pan
print
Brock
on the
wanted
top?
him.
One time I had a yearbook picture with a shiner because I got hit with a baseball before our first game of the season.
Same.
Because we were doing warm-ups and like throwing to 2 different guys, and that guy threw it. I wasn't looking. Boom! Right in the eyeball.
I got a
Didn't
buddy
order
in
those.
I got a buddy in high school that in high school for 3 years straight he wore the same shirt on accident.
How do you do it on accident?
By the 3rd year, you do it.
It's like it's on purpose.
My 5th grade year, I think it was, I had a black eye for my yearbook picture that year because I had a bicycle accident and I clocked myself with the handlebar.
I'm listening
to this song.
To this guitar singing.
To all these
I'm still
words.
searching for it. Well, you were talking about you took a picture with a black eye. I was just saying I have one as well. And I'm wearing my Girl Scout suit. So, my Girl Scout uniform.
Do you know the first time we met?
No.
You don't know? Kindergarten, bro.
Okay.
We were in the same. And then there was a girl in our class that got kicked in the face by a mule.
Yeah, I know.
But you're talking about shiners. But like, all I'm saying is this: that was when we met.
Kristen Bibbs.
Oh, you knew that? I didn't. God, I couldn't remember the name.
Yep.
Bibbs. Like, look, I should have just messed it up. It was like, Browns
at Steelers.
You said it, not me.
Steelers.
Browns. I'm on the way. That's 6 or 7.
Go through this list and see if you see Browns or Steelers named.
He's got he lost the
Steelers.
game.
All right, I see it.
Dang it.
Who did you take, Chandler?
Steelers.
All right,
Of course they did.
Tony.
The Browns
You're taking the Browns?
Hell yeah.
Okay. I'll take.
What do you want to throw in the towel?
If you get mad at me for like wordplay, that's awful. That's just terrible.
All right.
Terrible.
Crusty.
I said terrible. Terrible towel. By the way,
you love it.
You know what's on the line here? Mike Tomlin's non-losing record streak.
It's gonna happen. Kenny Pickett had like 12 yards last week.
All right, cool. Chargers at Broncos.
Cool, neat story.
Cool, neat story.
Cool, neat story.
I've done 1,000 games, and you're telling me about Kenny Pickett?
Can I make a request for the intro where you put all the?
Yeah.
I don't even got a quarterback. What was the quarterback joint?
The team ain't got no Super Bowl. We'll have to find that. High key, hottest team in the NFL, my 49ers.
The Broncos.
Low key, hottest team in the NFL.
The Chargers.
The Chargers.
You don't believe in them, though?
Nope.
But we're never.
You say that as if you do. Oh, they'll beat the Broncos.
Yeah. Who cares if we believe in the Chargers?
I'm saying for playoffs, do you believe in them?
That'd be interesting.
What is if it's this one?
All right.
On the beach.
This is it. Fast forward a little bit. This is it. It's 2 different songs. That's the one out. And what is this called?
On the Beach.
On the Beach by Chairman of the Board.
Thank you.
Oh.
Also Chairman of the Board.
So
Thank you, Shirley.
So it's at the beach club and
Down
on the beach.
Down at the beach club.
With a shiner.
And mellow.
Yep. And this is
Ain't
on
in
the
no
beach.
hurry at all.
So bottom line, I was right.
Sun
No,
and fun.
you were wrong.
Chandler.
No, you were right. It's 2 different songs.
I was right.
Exhausting.
What did I disagree on?
That it was
you
2
said
different
I was
songs.
singing that other song.
No, you guys were both singing.
Tony, you're not in this.
Oh my God.
Here we go. You weren't
referee.
even here.
I'm not
you
a
were not
referee.
even listening.
I'm not even referee.
On the beach. That's where I want to be.
I hate y'all singers.
On the beach.
Yes, clearly. I'm out of here.
Baby,
Quit.
come go.
Hold on, we gotta make more picks.
Just pick the opposite.
Chargers at Broncos.
Opposite.
You're not taking the Broncos.
No, no way.
Charger.
All right.
The opposite of good.
Giants at Eagles.
Opposite.
Eagles have to win. I'll take the Eagles. Chandler.
Why are you even thinking? I mean,
I had to look at this matchup.
Tony.
The Eagles.
All right. So
The
takes the Eagles.
Horse-eating poop.
Cardinals at Niners. I'll take the Niners.
Yes. Who's starting for the Cardinals? It's like Skylar. Is it
McSorley?
Skylar's brother?
Kristen.
I think it's McSorley.
I think his name is Vanessa.
Rainbow.
Sally.
Yeah, old Sal's.
Oh, Sal's getting the start.
This girl when I was in graduate school, her name was Rainy Summer Break.
Huh.
That was her real name.
Her last name was Summer Break.
No, her first name was Rainy. Her middle name was Summer. Her last name was Break. And have you ever heard someone where you can hear one side of the conversation on a phone and you know what the other person is saying, even though you can't hear it? And she was applying to go to Emory, and they said, "Really?" And she was like, yes. And my friend goes, you know your parents were tied to a tree at some point in their life. Great story.
Another
cool, neat
classic
story.
Tony Dunn story. I listened to Under the Bridge with Ellen driving in a car back in the day.
Yeah.
Rams at Seahawks.
Does anyone really care?
Yeah. You know, and your Shiner stories, we got to listen to y'all's Shiner stories, but you get, oh my gosh.
Does anyone really even care?
Tony is
I quit again.
Tony is sensitive. He really is.
You are sensitive. You are the most sensitive person in this
That's
whole
what a sensitive person would say. We're having
it's a sensitive
off. We're having a sensitive off.
Suffering Olympics, the sensitive Olympics.
Rams and Seahawks.
Oh, or do you, Steve Wilkes? We control the line of scrimmage. Rams.
Somebody please pick, man. I'm losing.
Seahawks.
Thank you.
Rams.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Thank you. I'm gonna win.
Whoa.
That's 7.
That is Cowboys at Commanders.
Cowboys.
Same.
Go one up. Try to.
And this is it.
Try to win.
Lions at Packers for the win.
Oh my goodness.
Who are you taking, Chandler?
I got it.
Packers are hot.
Dang it. That's what I'm.
Well, pick.
We're gonna
pick
tie
and go for the
No,
top.
we're tying. We're tying. Ron Rivera.
Why not go for Lions?
That would be awesome.
Could I be eliminated? I don't know if I can.
How about this, Tony? So if
We could be eliminated?
If the Seahawks lose, the Packers Lions is for the whole shebang. If it's for that, will you take the Lions?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
I'm kind of really on the Packers. Like, what a story. I feel like Aaron Rodgers is just going to do this.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say he doesn't lose to the Lions. He literally already did this year, but not this time. All right, picks are in. Tony, one last post game, wrapping up the year on Sunday, or what are you going to do?
We're going to just have Jameis Winston on.
Tony is done. He's gone. All right.
Jim Harbaugh.
What did he say?
What did I say?
Thanks for joining us, Tony.
C3 Panthers podcast is what I said.
That was a bit contentious, but we appreciate it. This is that Jimmy Hendrix.
Sing that song, guitar.
You hear that guitar singing?
I hear it singing. Yip, dip, dip, dip.
All right, we'll take a break, come back. Morgan Ahlers joins us after this.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates. The doors open at noon, 7 days a week. And the Buck has live music every night, along with football. Monday is open mic night, the first Monday of each month. Tuesday, it's karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday, it's acoustic night. Thursday, it's the dance party with DJ Kid Scene and live music every Friday and Saturday night with the best bands on the East Coast. Follow the Buck on Instagram for information and schedule of events. This season, party like a pirate at the Buck.
Happy New Year. This is Talbot Green, and I'm excited to announce our new partnership with Integrity Home Mortgage. Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans, plus construction and lot loans. Our Integrity Home Mortgage team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir offer over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with superior customer service.
To get started, call me, Braxton Green, at 526-8260.
NMLS 28516, Equal Housing Lender.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kid store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business today, come and see someone on our team at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard here in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. If you're looking for wings to be delivered to your home, Wings Over Greenville has you covered with no third party needed. Wings Over Greenville has its own in-house delivery service. Be sure to try the all-new tender sandwiches by ordering ahead on the Wings Over mobile app. Open till 3 a.m. on Friday and Saturday, Wings Over has everything to cure those late-night munchies. Give them a call at 758-9464. Wings Over Greenville. They deliver.
Hey, Pirate Nation. This is Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty. I've been in Greenville over 25 years. I'm a proud graduate of ECU. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, then give me a call today and let me help make your real estate process fun and easy. I keep it simple and explain the process every step of the way. My goals are your goals. There are no long-term contracts, and you always deal with me from start to finish. The right home starts with the right agent. Call me, Scott Harris, at 347-1857. Go Pirates!
Hey, Pirate fans, did you know there are thousands of special needs children and adults right here in our community that loves ECU athletics as much as you do? Robbie's Clubhouse is a local nonprofit organization that can turn your unused ECU tickets into a fun day for a family with special needs. If you can't make it to the next Pirate game, simply call 1-800-DIAL-ECU and donate and designate your tickets for Robbie's Clubhouse. Go Pirates!
For the latest from the world of golf. Tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhalgh and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. and is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. Tiebreakers in Greenville at Bells Fork and in downtown Winterville on Railroad Street. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Alrighty, Hour 3, wild edition of Pirate Radio Live here on a Friday. We'll open up the booty bag this hour, talk to Greenie, Mark Greenhalgh, also hear what Mike Schwartz had to say earlier today before the Pirates take on Memphis coming up on Saturday. Right now, we will head out to the Pit Electric Live line and talk to Morgan Ahlers, who joins us here on Pirate Radio Live. Hello, Morgan.
Hey, Clipper. How you doing, sir?
Doing great. Wish the Pirates could win a home conference basketball game. Two frustrating ones these last couple of weeks, Morgan, and you've been there with the best seat in the house and seen two, fun, competitive ball games. I was talking to my dad last night. He said, despite the losses, he is having a blast going to Minji's this year, watching this team fight, compete, and unfortunately, they're a few free throws away, Morgan, from being 3-0 in conference play.
Yeah, you know, the first game in conference play at home against Temple, I think they were 20 of 35 from the free throw line, and you know, you lose that one by a few points. The other night, the same thing. And I think one of the areas I think maybe the coaches are a little concerned about right now, and I think it's an easy fix, is the baskets that are right around, the shots that are right around the basket aren't going in.
Yep.
Because, I mean, the Pirates, both games, have had multiple chances real close and just missed them.
A lot of Ezra, some Brandon Johnson, some Javon Small there, and even some Felton, where they get to the rim, and they're contested, but you got to finish them. And that's something I hope that You say it could be an easy fix. I agree. It's definitely fixable. You clean up some of that, you're looking at some potential more conference wins this year. But that being said, Ezra especially, his ability to get to the rim, Morgan, is amazing for his size. He's got a lot of quickness and a little bit of ball handling, too, to get to the rack.
Yeah, he had a couple moves the other night. There was a couple spin moves that he had down low that were very impressive. He's got some really quick feed. Reminds me a little bit of a different style of ball player. He's bigger than Jaden Gardner when he was here. Jaden had a lot of those type of spin moves underneath, and I think Ezra has a more bigger body, so to speak, because he's taller, a little bit leaner, and a little bit faster, I think. But I also think he's still learning how to play the college game a little bit.
Yeah,
and that when he gets as he gets a little bit more game experience, I think he's going to be really hard to handle down low. And he gets the ball around the paint. He can ball fake, dribble, drive, and do those kind of things too. So work on his free throws, but that's all a work in progress.
Yeah, and Temple not going to be a tournament team. I could see UCF potentially being in that large. They played Houston tight in their conference in the previous conference game before East Carolina, and they are as advertised defensively. They smothered East Carolina the other night. East Carolina did a good job on the defensive end too, but UCF, toughest team we've seen so far. We'll see how Memphis stacks up with them when the Pirates take on the Tigers coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, I thought East Carolina played them well. I know that Central Florida, they've had a lot of transfers come in and take over for Johnny Dawkins' squad, and they made more shots down the stretch.
Yeah,
we made, but the CJ, one of the CJs, I can't remember his last name for Central Florida. Called his name a lot. I should remember his name. But he's a fourth, fifth year player, and he made some really clutch shots. And that's where East Carolina doesn't have that older leadership. They can say, "Hey, give me the ball down. Give me the ball. I'm going to take it and put the game in my hands." Central Florida does. They're a very experienced team. Might not be experienced with UCF, but they're a very proven basketball team when it comes to playing in college basketball games.
Morgan Ahlers joining us, PA man, karaoke man, trivia man. I got some sports trivia for Chandler and Morgan. Who wants to go first?
Let's go with Chandler first.
Chandler, I'm going to go 4 years ago today. The Chicago Bears double-doinked it, allowing this team to win in the playoffs.
Oh, the Eagles.
That is correct. Morgan Ahlers.
Eagles. It was the Eagles.
Correct.
Good job, Morgan.
16 years ago tonight, Tony Romo fumbled the hold as the Cowboys were going to kick a field goal, and it was fumbled. I thought it was an extra point. This says field goal.
It was an extra point.
I thought it was an extra point, too. It was against who, Morgan?
Yeah.
He's breaking up. Chandler, do you know it?
It wasn't the Bears, was it? No.
It wasn't the Bears, was it? No. That is a no. NFC West.
The 49ers?
No.
Seattle?
Yes. The Seattle Seahawks came away with the 21-20 victory on the Romo botched hold.
Before the static hit in my line, I got to a better spot.
I heard him say it.
You did?
Yeah.
Judges?
I heard him say it.
All right, we got it. 2 for 2. Well done, guys.
Way to go, Morgan.
That's why you're my sports guys. Morgan, one more week to go before we get to the NFL playoffs. And a lot of teams, my Commanders, Chandler's Panthers, and others are playing for nothing. But man, still a lot out there. Who, as we sit here before the playoffs begin, Morgan, and I think it's kind of up in the air. I think we could get a lot of different answers here, but what's your Super Bowl matchup as we sit here early January?
I think my AFC matchup's going to be Kansas City and Buffalo. NFC is going to be Dallas and Philadelphia if it plays out, depending on the brackets. And I think a team of fate right now might be the Buffalo Bills. I think Buffalo can win it, and I'm thinking You always mention the Tony Romo thing. You've already mentioned that about, what can happen with the Cowboys. Cowboys could win it in the NFC, but I think Philadelphia could win it too.
It sounds like you are leaning. What are you kind of worried about the Eagles losing 2 in a row? They hadn't have a Jalen Hurts, but they are kind of stumbling down the stretch here.
Yeah, I think obviously not having Jalen Hurts. I'm going to tell you, and we had this conversation yesterday. Be careful, I think, early on for Tampa Bay, because all of a sudden Tom Brady's starting to have a little bit of consistency the last couple of weeks with his wide receivers that he hasn't had all year, and their line is a patchwork line, and they're starting to play better. And if their defense is capable of playing with anybody, but it's been their offense has sort of stalled them this year, they might throw a monkey wrench into a couple teams' plans early on in the playoffs. I'm not saying they're going to go to the Super Bowl or the final. I'm saying they might win a game or two in the playoffs.
Well, depending on what happens this weekend, that's either going to be against Dallas or Philadelphia, so they're going to have to beat one of the best, but it will be at home, and it will be Tom Brady. And speaking of which, on the former team Tom Brady played on, the Patriots, I read that this will be Bill Belichick's first win and you're in situation the last week of the regular season in his career. I mean, I guess that shows you how many times they've kind of locked up either their division or a wild card, but they are in Buffalo, and you got some good news on Hamlin earlier today as far as, him being off the breathing tube and FaceTiming his teammates, and it's just such a weird situation as far as the players and their feelings heading out there, but that's who the Patriots are going to have to beat. They're going to have to go to Buffalo and win to get in the playoffs, Morgan.
I don't see them beating Buffalo in Buffalo this week.
Yeah.
I mean, if Buffalo doesn't come out with a chip on their shoulder, ready to play for DeMar Hamlin, it would shock the world. I mean, it would just shock, I think, everybody in the NFL. And if I'm Bill Belichick, you're trying to do anything you can to get them out of a rhythm and not let them get going, because I think if they do, they're going to put it on the Patriots this weekend.
Morgan Ahlers joining us, Pit Electric Live Line. Morgan, you've made it through the Holton Ahlers era of Pirate football, and I say that kind of tongue-in-cheek, but I know that that was difficult with you. We hadn't talked about it a lot, but we've talked about it a little bit, you being up there while he's getting hit on the football field, and if he makes a mistake, you're feeling awful up there. Luckily, you were able to celebrate a lot because of all the numbers he put up and the wins the team were able to put up in the last 2 years. But what an era. The Ahlers era rolls on with Morgan Ahlers, but the Holton Ahlers has come to an end.
Very proud of him, very proud of his teammates and what they were able to accomplish the last 4 or 5 years. And it hasn't always been easy. I mean, there's been a lot of things that a lot of people don't know, and and probably will never know that were behind the scenes and during the games that went on. And just like the freaking ever-ready batter, he just kept going and going and going. And very proud of the way he played. He's got a pain threshold that I don't know about. I promise you.
Yeah.
I mean, because most people probably wouldn't be in there, but he did, and I'm very proud of him, and now he's getting ready to go down to Orlando for the Hula Bowl, and then some decisions we made if he gets his shoulder fixed now or does he wait and then go train in Mobile. And the feedback's been very positive, so we'll see what happens. And things are in his hands, the Lord's hands, and if people have doubted him before, I wouldn't make that mistake.
And it's going to be a different look ECU football team, and they're not alone. A lot of teams across the country are going to deal with this. But, man, Morgan, you've seen a lot of guys, declare for the draft, enter the transfer portal, or like Holton and Miles and Isaiah, guys like that, their eligibility has run out. It's going to be a new look. The good news is Mike Houston Foundation is set. But, man, a lot of different Jimmies and Joes in the Pirate uniforms next season.
Yeah, now the coaches, Coach Houston and I actually talked about that a little bit before the bowl game, and had a chance to talk with him for a few minutes. And it's not just recruiting high school kids or junior college players anymore. The fact that the transfer portal has allowed people to come in and go. I think JT Daniels started out at, for instance, quarterback started out at UCLA, went to Georgia, went to West Virginia. Now he's at Rice.
Right.
So he's literally transferred 4 times in 4 years. I don't think, and this is just my opinion, that's what that portal was made for. It used to be that if you transferred, you had to sit out a year and you lost a year of eligibility. Now they're saying, well, you can transfer and not lose a year. Give a kid 1 year, give one transfer during your career. If you transfer again, you can do it, but you got to sit out a year. There's got to be something that helps stabilize the sporting world of college athletics. I mean, basketball's not quite as bad. Baseball's gotten somewhat, but nothing like football. And it's hard to manage 105 players. And it's hard to, and it's not fair to the high school players that are coming out that are now almost getting overlooked because you've still only got so many scholarships.
Yeah.
You know, and it's tough, and it's tough on the coaches, it's tough on the players, and it's tough on the media people covering it because now you've got to learn new numbers and names every year.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's Wild Wild West. We'll see if any rules updates to it come down here in the coming years. But it is tough, and it's tough for us to, as fans, as watchers, to kind of figure out what we're going to have heading into to each season. Morgan Ahlers joining us, Pit Electric Live Line. Morgan, what you got going on this weekend?
Playing tonight over at the Market Street Pub in Washington. And then off tomorrow night, and we start off another long week next week. So,
all right,
January kind of different from a wedding season. It's typical wedding season, but I got a couple this month, and shaping up to be a really good year. So, if anybody out there needs a DJ for their wedding, call me.
You know a guy. He is the man. He is Captain Morgan, DJ Captain Morgan, joining us. Morgan Ahlers. Morgan, enjoyed it, man. Have a good weekend. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks a lot, guys. You have a good weekend. And Chandler, you impressed me with your smarts on trivia.
There you go. Great compliment from a great man. All right, Morgan Ahlers joining us here on the program. Shirley, you want to open it up now? Do it. Oh, we're leaving. See you. Oh, man, I got excited.
Booty everywhere.
Dang it, I hate it when I
open
do
up
that.
what, the door to leave?
New rule. If Shirley accidentally hits that, the show ends.
Yes.
We
that is
have
a
to
new
leave.
rule.
I hate it when I do that.
And if that's the case, she will hit it in the first 10 minutes of the show.
During the open.
Yeah, during the open, I'm like, whoops.
All right, what's left in that bag of yours?
How about
Got in your bag.
Lunch for 2 at Tiebreakers? How about that?
The breaker.
I saw David Price at Minji's, talked to him for a while.
Yeah, I did too.
Really makes me miss Shirley backing that thing up.
I know. Hopefully we can get him back on as a sponsor, but we shall see.
Lunch for 2, tiebreak. Hey, I talked to him about potentially countdown to first pitch, countdown to tip-off.
There you go.
I was doing a little work, doing a little...
Okay.
A little hey-ho, hey.
And the hey-ho now.
Shirley, what call are you looking for?
5.
Caller 5, 317-1250. We're back. We'll hear from Mike Schwartz, what he had to say earlier today after this.
Jeff Stein, our special guest from Brown & Wood. Hey, Jeff, electric cars are coming. What's that mean for Brown & Wood customers?
For the customers, like it or not, EV is coming. We've installed 5 electric vehicle chargers here at the dealership. We have the all-new Cadillac Lyriq coming at 1st of 2024, and we've just seen the first reservation for the new Sierra EV.
People are interested in electric vehicles. How can they get up with you?
They can visit us at brownandwood.net or 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Great. It's 30 degrees in here. This is going to be a cold night.
No one's coming out this late.
I'm on firewood.
Dad! I'll put hot coals in our socks for bedtime. Mom!
Hi, I'm from Delcor Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Got an email about your heat being out?
That was me. I sent it from my phone.
I think your socks are on fire.
Call Delcor today to get a new system installed for less than $100 a month. Offer expires soon. Go to delcorinc.com. Monthly fee based on new system financing is 9.9% APR for 120 months. Call Delcor for details.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American airline flights perfect for your next trip. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Greenville Utilities electric customers will soon be able to receive text notifications in the event of power outages. Enrollment is automatic, so make sure GUC has your cell phone number by signing into your account at GUC.com, then update the information in your user profile. Want to talk with someone instead? Call 252-752-7166 during business hours. 252-752-7166. Update us so we can update you. Visit GUC.com for more information.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Russell from Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington. Russell's has a long history of dressing Pirate fans, both men and women. For the men, we offer both logoed and non-logoed from Peter Millar, Johnny O, and Smathers and Branson. Our ladies love Tyler Bowe, Crosby, and Never a Wallflower for game day. Join us in wishing the Pirates a healthy and successful season. And remember, for all your game day needs, shop Russell's in downtown Washington.
Go Pirates!
This is Stephen Igo. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on hoistthecolors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
America's favorite light beer, Bud Light, is also the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times with family and friends, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there's fun, because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Always have fun, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Go Pirates!
Pirate Radio.
We'll strap it on with anybody, anywhere. It doesn't matter. I know this. I want to win or lose with the group that we have in our locker room.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store, serving the best cheese, biscuits, and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903, and both locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. And congratulations to Pirate Al of Greenville. Picked up lunch for 2 at Tiebreakers. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. and is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. Tiebreakers in Greenville at Bells Fork and in downtown Winterville on Railroad Street. Now let's head back into the show. Here's Clint.
All right, and is Pirate Al on with us?
Yes.
I wanted him to come on because he's perfect for our discussion we were having earlier in the show about the best football players to ever play against East Carolina. I kind of stemmed from Brian North and I talking about LaDainian Tomlinson. He was on the only TCU team to beat East Carolina. Pirates are 2-1 against the Horned Frogs, but Tomlinson took down the Pirates in a bowl game, and it got us talking about the best players to play against ECU. So, Pirate Al, you are the East Carolina Athletics Encyclopedia. So I'll ask you, who do you think are the best players ECU's played against in football?
Now, Cliff, give me ones that during the game put on a show, or ones that later on became the biggest names in football?
More so the latter. Didn't even really have to have a big game, but ECU played against them, and they became greats eventually.
Well, I'll tell you, Marvin Harrison put on a show.
Wow.
When, unfortunately, we went up there to the Carrier Dome when he had Donovan McNabb, and I'm not sure what Marvin's stats were, man, but that's the game. Unfortunately, they beat us 56-0.
We didn't mention him. We heard McNabb. We heard Dwight Freeney. We heard Reggie Wayne, who went on to play with Marvin, but nobody said Marvin Harrison. That's a good one, Pirate Al.
Yeah, and then when we were loaded. We went down. I guess the biggest maybe is when we went down and played Miami, and I was there in the Orange Bowl in '96. We played against Ray Lewis and beat them down there.
Yeah, MVP.
They scored on the opening drive, missed the extra point, and we ended up beating them. I think 31-6.
Great names there for basketball. Pirate Al, were you around? Did David Robinson play in Minges, or did we play at Navy?
Yeah. No, yeah, he played here. I saw him play here 2 or 3 times, and the place was packed, and he was definitely the best I've ever seen as far as a competition. Another player coming here and play against us it was definitely the Admiral.
The Admiral.
Got to go to the Robinson.
Yeah, there you go. Pirate Al, before we let you go, I'm not gloom and doom. I'm just kind of raising the caution flag of, hey, we had a good end of the year, a good football season, but there's going to be a lot of new players. I know you follow the recruiting, the ins and outs. So what's your take, way too early take on Pirate football 2023? What do you think it'll look like?
Well, I'm hoping this is a real critical time right now because a lot of transfers are going on. A lot of transfers are visiting us right now. A lot have been here this week, and a lot more are coming between now and Sunday. We've already picked up 4 more commitments, so that's going to plug some holes. But I feel like with Mason Garcia, I think we're going to have to change our offense somewhat, and that's going to help us. I think we're going to have a chance to have a solid defense, but I think you'll see a lot more RPO, quarterback draws, a different running scheme, especially with Mogridge coming in as our new offensive line coach. But we did lose a lot of talent, Clip. I mean, it's going to be tough. But, of course, our schedule does lighten up some, with the 3 teams that are leaving. But yeah, hopefully we'll win, hopefully we'll continue to win 7, 8, 9 games and go to a bowl game. It's not going to be easy. We got a lot of shoes to fill.
Pirate Al, congrats. We'll see you out at Tiebreakers and probably see you in Minges and pretty soon Clark LeClaire as the ECU Athletics machine rolls on. So thanks for tuning in. Great to talk with you, man.
Hey, you too, man. Guy Windland Creek doesn't rise. I'll be there.
All right. There is Pirate Al with a couple of names we hadn't mentioned. Ray Lewis and Marvin Harrison, 2 greats. Also 2 guys indirectly involved in, well, we'll move on from that.
Oh, boy.
Well, we're moving on. Steve says Terry Bradshaw. Did the Pirates play Louisiana Tech when Bradshaw was there? That's a little too early for me.
Don't look at 24-year-old me.
I had a trivia question for Morgan and Chandler a moment ago. This one's for Shirley Rhodes.
Okay. What you got for Shirley?
He's all set to try to steal this thing from me.
This is a Saved by the Bell trivia question.
Oh, my God.
I don't know. I don't think this would have come to me. What NFL quarterback showed up on the show as Screech's cousin?
As Screech's cousin.
Is it Dan Marino?
I remember there was a former NFL player that was like their dorm
Time
dude.
out. Did you change your name to Shirley when I wasn't looking?
Sorry.
What?
He's over there throwing out answers.
Oh.
Threw out
I didn't hear it.
Threw out a guess.
Do you have a guess, Shirley? Chandler,
Dan Marino.
That's what he just said. No. The answer is...
I was thinking the hair.
The answer is this scene right here. He's about to walk into the door. None other than Jim Harbaugh.
Shut up.
Jim Harbaugh. Steve Hill remembers, of course, the Saved by the Bell trivia host.
I was thinking because of the hair, Dan Marino might be a little bit closer.
Got the kind of curly fro
but
going.
there was a dorm, like...
Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, wearing
that
jeans.
Was so random,
wearing
too.
jeans, by the way.
But I remember when the college years, when Saved by the Bell, they had an NFL guy that.
Well, it was Golick. It was Mike Golick's brother, Bob Golick, I believe. He was like the, I don't know what you would call him.
Dorm mom, but not dorm dad.
Dorm dad. There you go. Little trivia for you folks out there.
You talk about future Panthers head coach Jim Harbaugh?
Could be. Yeah, maybe you'll see Screech Powers at some games. That'd be pretty cool. All right, let's hear what Mike Schwartz had to say earlier today. Pirates set to take on the Memphis Tigers coming up on Saturday. Here was Coach Schwartz.
Disappointed in the way we finished the game the other night and weren't able to find a way versus Central Florida, and doesn't get anything but get more difficult right now. Headed to Memphis here for a very challenging game versus a extremely well-coached ball club, team that is high-powered on offense and a very strong defensive team, holding teams to 39% field goal percentage defense, and we know what kind of atmosphere it will be in there, so going to be a great challenge for our guys.
When you look ahead to the Tigers, obviously Dave's going to get the majority of the action for them. What's the game plan to try and contain him? What the word contain is the word, and we know what a dynamic player is, one of the very best guards in the country in terms of, and also their duo with him and DeAndre Williams, but just they have great depth down the line. But Kendrick Davis is just a dynamic scorer. He's someone that makes them go on offense in transition, makes them go in the half court. He can get to the basket, he can shoot the ball, and he's really the head of the snake for them on defense as well in terms of turning teams over. They force 16 turnovers a game. He and Lomax, I'm familiar with Alex Lomax, very tough guard that can really spearhead what they do defensively. So I don't know if there's any one game plan that anybody has, and if someone has it, I'd love them to let me know about it.
How key will it be to limit live ball turnovers, not let them get out in transition, and because they're always so athletic and fast and can score in bunches that way?
Yeah, that's as big a key as any, and it doesn't matter if it's on the road or at home when you play Memphis or any team that forces as many turnovers as they do. And not only force turnovers, we've seen that we've had games where we force turnovers and we struggle to convert on those sometimes. They are really good at doing that. Not only do they force the turnovers, but they are a dynamic team getting out and running and finishing, and now you put that in their building and what that would do to the crowd and what that does to momentum and gets them even more aggressive on defense. So we have to make sure that we can take care of the basketball. It's going to be a premium.
You came from Tennessee. I imagine you probably had some recruiting battles with Penny when you were there. What's your relationship with him? Any good stories that you have from the past?
No, Tennessee is interesting. I mean, it's such a wide state, and Memphis is on the western part of the state, and Knoxville, University of Tennessee is in the eastern part of the state, so you don't always end up in that. There were some, but just great respect for Coach Hardaway and what he does there. Frank Haith, one of the coaches on the staff there, is someone that I have tremendous respect for, friendship with, someone the ultimate admiration for. Worked with him at Texas when he was an assistant, and then was fortunate enough to work for him at University of Miami, and then as well at Tulsa. So I know what kind of dynamic coaching staff they have, and Coach Hardaway has built that program to a national power, and they're playing as good as anybody is right now. We've just crossed paths when we've played at Tennessee and Memphis, and sometimes in recruiting, but just great respect for him.
There's some of what Michael Schwartz had to say earlier today. East Carolina and Memphis, 2 o'clock coming up on Saturday. Can the Pirates get to 2-0 in road conference games? That would have to be the first time in ever for that to happen. So hopefully the Pirates can get it done on the road once again. Let's take a break. Still getting submissions for best players we've played against. Just had a caller say Brett Favre.
I have one for you.
Southern Miss.
In 1968, East Carolina did play Louisiana Tech at Louisiana Tech and lost that game 7-35. They played again in 1969. They hosted Louisiana Tech and also lost that game behind one Terry Bradshaw as quarterback.
Right.
Do you know who his quarterback was before? He did not play the first two. He was not the starting quarterback the first 2 years he was there. Do you know who the starting quarterback was?
Do you have a clue? I
have one.
Go for it.
Bill Robertson from Duck Dynasty.
Correct.
What the bleep?
Yep, he was the starting quarterback.
He was the starting quarterback. Terry Bradshaw was his backup.
Wow.
And then, but see, he was starting his duck business, and it started taking off. And so he did not play in 1968, even though he was eligible to play. He was going to be the starting quarterback. So he moved to the side to let one Terry Bradshaw take over.
What about a story?
And then it both worked out for him. It was a win-win situation.
It was. They both ended up on TV.
Yep.
Dominating.
Getting a lot of money.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Mark Greenhalgh's Golf Shop Radio Show joins us after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Russell from Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington. Russell's has a long history of dressing Pirate fans, both men and women. For the men, we offer both logoed and non-logoed from Peter Millar, Johnny O, and Smathers and Branson. Our ladies love Tyler Bowe, Crosby, and Never a Wallflower for game day. Join us in wishing the Pirates a healthy and successful season. And remember, for all your game day needs, shop Russell's in downtown Washington.
Go Pirates!
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of pirates. The doors open at noon, 7 days a week. And the Buck has live music every night, along with football. Monday is open mic night, the first Monday of each month. Tuesday, it's karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday, it's acoustic night. Thursday, it's the dance party with DJ Kid Scene and live music every Friday and Saturday night with the best bands on the East Coast. Follow the Buck on Instagram for information and schedule of events. This season, party like a pirate at the Buck.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com. Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates!
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
Have you experienced increased aches and pains recently? Have you heard of CBD? Hemp Garden is your premier CBD retailer in Eastern North Carolina. Do you find yourself having anxiety or in need of extra sleep support? Hemp Garden has a variety of Delta 8 and hemp-derived Delta 9 products that can assist with those issues. If you're unable to stop by the store, don't worry. Give them a call today at 413-6100 for a consultation and they'll ship right to your door. Hemp Garden, 3040 South Evans Street in the Target Shopping Center in Greenville.
Add some sparkle and style to your home and save at Bostic Sugg Furniture. Give your home a new look in the new year with beautiful new furniture. Right now, get a Bostic Sugg first time ever offer with 3 ways to save. 1, get a sales tax discount on any purchase. 2, get a $100 in MasterCard rewards cards for every $1,000 you spend. And finally, get 6 months special financing. So add some sparkle and style to your home with a little help from Bostic Sugg Furniture.
We all have seniors in our life who may need a little extra help with technology. University PC Care's Quick Helps are affordable, in-store, short appointments designed for seniors who may need a little TLC to help with setting up a new computer, help with email or passwords, or help with the latest online scam. They don't need to fear technology anymore. Call 252-558-1280 to schedule an in-store Quick Helps appointment for Greenville or New Bern. Learn more at universitypccare.com.
Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. University Sportswear ENC.com is your one-stop shop for all promotional products for your business. With over 1 million items to shop from, University Sportswear ENC.com offers high-quality products at prices to fit any budget. Visit University Sportswear ENC.com for contact information and to get shopping. University Sportswear ENC.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio.
This is Coach Donnie Kirkpatrick, Offense Coordinator for ECU Football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. It was a good week, a good day for the stock market to close out the week. The Dow was up 700 points, closed at 33,630. NASDAQ was up up 264 points at 10,569, and the S&P was up 86 points and finished out the week at 3,895. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Alrighty, we'll quickly head back out to the Pit Electric live line and welcome on Mark Greenhalgh Golf Shop radio show coming your way Saturday here on Pirate Radio. Greenie, Happy New Year. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, Clip. Happy New Year to you, too.
And looking forward to a busy sports weekend. And, Greenie, before we get into golf, let's talk about a couple of your teams. First, your school, the Clemson Tigers. And we're going to start a Clemson chat, not regarding football. 4-0 in ACC play to start the basketball season. How sustainable is this, Greenie? How surprised are you that the Tigers are 4-0?
How did I know that you're going to bring this up first? Because you know me and Clemson basketball have this relationship where as soon as something like this happens, I start paying attention, they'll lay like a couple of complete eggs.
Yeah.
So I will say that on February 11th, when they play in the Dean Dome, I will be in attendance for that game. But hopefully they don't screw up before that and kind of fall off the top of the totem pole. But, you know, it's an interesting group. I mean, it's like they've had a couple of losses where they shouldn't have, but then they start the season 4-0 in the ACC. I mean, I don't really know if there's a juggernaut, so to say, in the ACC because, you know, obviously Duke and North Carolina are struggling a little bit out of the gate. But, you know, it's just kind of I don't know. I don't know where I stand, Cliff. Like I said, I hesitate to watch because as soon as I start watching, bad things happen.
How about and I guess you won't be seeing history. Clemson finally did break that streak in Chapel Hill, so they do have that going for them a couple years ago. But how about football wise, Greenie, with the Tigers? And way too early to tell because there are still roster moves to be made with this new free agency we're seeing basically in college football. But Clemson coming off the year they did, where are the Tigers, you think, preseason heading in to 2023? I mean, are they still kind of up there, top 5, top 10? Where do you see the Tigers coming in this year?
I would say that they're, you know, in the ACC, they're probably still the top of the ACC. I mean, I was a little surprised at some of the defensive guys that have left. I was actually surprised that some of the secondary stayed, which is, I guess it's a good thing because I felt like secondary, if a few guys had left, that they might be a little thin back there. But with 2 guys coming back, I feel pretty good. They've got some good defensive line talent coming in, but you're losing several guys up front. You know, so I think their depth maybe up front on the defensive line would be challenged. I was a little surprised that McFadden on the offensive line, left tackle, left. But I guess that means the kid Miller that was playing the right side will now move over to the left side, which I'm fine with that. So the only thing that I'm a little worried about is, you know, we had DJ, and DJ we know struggled at times, and they never really let him throw the ball down the field. Lo and behold, you put Cade Klubnik in the bowl game, and it seemed like 2 out of every 3 passes were getting chucked way down the field. So I don't know if we've lost our mind offensively or what. So I'm a little concerned about play calling and Brandon Streeter still from that standpoint. But, you know, so I would say that we're definitely still the top of the ACC. I would say that we're probably a fringe playoff team. You know, you could win them all. You could lose a couple.
Clemson saw this Georgia team that'll be playing in the championship last year to open the season. I remember a 10-3 struggle, and at that time we knew Georgia had one of, if not the best defense in all of college football. They showed last year that they had the offense as well, and Stetson Bennett back for another year, undefeated, looking to run the table. They got to get by pesky TCU to do it. It's a big spread for a championship game, Greenie, as double-digit favorites are these Georgia Bulldogs. Do you think TCU's magical season has a chance at continuing, or are the Bulldogs just going to be too tough on Monday night?
You know, I felt, a month ago that TCU, for me, had as good a chance as anybody before we even knew who the 4 teams were to win a national championship. I mean, when you looked at what they had done, I mean, there was not a game where they didn't score 1,000,000 points. there were obviously some games where they gave up some points, but, from a Big 12 perspective, they actually had a better defense than we've actually seen come out of that conference in a while. And they had the offense to back it up. And, we don't know what we're going to get from Georgia. We've seen Georgia win games by being great defensively. We've seen Georgia win a couple of games in a shootout like we just saw against the Ohio State team. So I don't know. I feel like this could be an incredible shootout. I'm really surprised that Georgia, I guess, is getting double-digit, numbers in this game. I really feel like, TCU has as good a chance to win this thing as Georgia. For me, it's a toss-up almost.
Mark Greenhalgh's Golf Shop Radio Show joining us, talking hoops, talking football. Now we'll get to the golf. And Greeny, as first week here in January, I know we wait a while. You always, and you can give me the timeline here when golf kind of gets back to Florida, the East Coast. You start to pay attention to it. But what's on the docket? What are some dates we're looking forward to when it comes to golf 2023?
Well, the current tournament, the Tournament of Champions, this is the interesting part. This is one of, the list that is what's called the elevated event. Now, we have 16 of the top 20 in the world. Rory McIlroy being one of those exceptions, not playing this week. Now, these guys get the opportunity to bail out of one of these elevated events per season. Rory chose the first one. Not sure why he did that. But, generally, this Tournament of Champions is kind of like kick it around, guys that won from the previous year. So you get some rookies, you get maybe a guy that had, lightning in a bottle one week, and you guys go out and make a ton of birdies. And this week, we've got, a leaderboard that has Morikawa, Rahm, Kim, Scheffler, Fitzpatrick, and, look further down the list, you got Tony Finau, and you got Justin Thomas, Victor Hovland, to go along with guys like Sigala and Scott Stallings and Sungjae Im and these guys. So this is one of those events where we kind of get to see what's in store for us the rest of the year when we have elevated events that have bigger fields. So it's a little intriguing to me to see how these guys respond against playing against a lot more competition, like at a Tournament of Champions, than they're used to. So that's what you look for. You look for all of those elevated events this year, and when they all pop in. And then, of course, we're also waiting to see what Tiger's going to do. We kind of have seen and heard, him hit the ball. We know that he struggled walking still because of the plantar fascia. So, we know we're going to get him for the majors. Do we get him at a Torrey Pines? Do we get him at, his event in the California swing out at Riviera? We're kind of waiting to see where we're going to get Tiger. And then we're waiting to see the Masters when the Masters dinner, when we have LIV guys and PGA Tour guys sitting around a table together. And then playing against each other. How does the Masters handle that going forward? And how does the PGA Championship, who's the next major championship, what is their criteria going to be in terms of letting guys in? Because I was actually out there looking at it today. The PGA of America does not have an exemption that is for the top 50 in the world from the previous year. So that's going to be an interesting one as they go forward.
Mark Greenhalgh's Golf Shop Radio Show joining us. You can check it out 8 to 10 a.m. Right here Saturday morning on Pirate Radio. Greeny, what do you have planned for the first show of the new year coming up tomorrow?
Well, we're going to talk with Bill Bender of the Sporting News, get everything, whether it's NFL and the fun things that are going on and trying to figure out who's going to be what seed in the AFC after what appears to be now a great story of recovery from the Buffalo Bills side of things. So we'll talk to Bill about college football championship game in the NFL. We're going to talk to big-timer Charlie Reimer down in Myrtle Beach, get his thoughts about a little bit of a wrap-up from 2022 and a preview of 2023. We'll check in with Rob Spellman of Golf Aficionado magazine to see where he is going in the new year and what resorts and great golf courses that he recommends people stay at and head out to. So lots of good stuff going on tomorrow.
Mark Greenhalgh's joining us today. Greeny, appreciate your time as always. Enjoyed the chat, and have a great show tomorrow. We'll check in with you again next week.
All right, thanks, Cliff. Have a good one.
Mark Greenhalgh's Golf Shop Radio Show joining us here on Pirate Radio Live. We'll take a break. I wonder, Chandler, what's the earliest in the year, the earliest day of a year you've played golf? I asked that because looks like coming up we got some highs of mid-50s, high 50s on Monday, but then like next Thursday, Friday, I'm seeing like 60s. You can play golf in that weather, right?
I could have played golf the weekend of New Year's.
Well, definitely. It was smoking then, but
I remember even saying, like, I could play golf today.
I think you could break a record this year, earliest you've played, if you choose to do so.
Yeah, I want to say I don't usually play golf until around April, May.
Yeah.
I might have played in March before. But yeah, that's probably the earliest.
Consider some January golf this year.
I'm going to try to.
Put it on your resolution list.
I don't have time for golf.
That's right. My bad. You're working. You're always working.
I don't have time for golf. What are you talking about?
Mr. Blue Collar guy over here.
Blue collar. Not a lot of blue collar guys out there in the golf course like you.
No. I mean, look. My hands look like this, so my grip can look like this.
Oh, no.
I don't want to see any of that. We'll take a break and wrap it up after this.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
This isn't your regular cola, so this isn't your regular cola ad. No beach parties or family barbecues here, just Nitro Pepsi, the first cola ever infused with nitrogen. So forget everything you thought you knew about soda, because that nitrogen gives us a whole new experience. Think an infusion of smaller bubbles for a cola that's got a lighter, smoother texture. And don't get me started on the pour. You don't pour this like any other cola. We're talking turn the can completely upside down and watch as those bubbles cascade into the glass to create a frothy, luxurious foam topping. Can your cola do that? I didn't think so. Unless you've got your own Nitro Pepsi, in which case, cheers to your great taste. Because you already know that the only thing better than the pour is the unapologetic cola taste. What else is there to say? From the creamy foam to the smooth texture to its unbelievably delicious flavor, this is cola like you've never had it before. Time to bring your taste buds to the next frontier. Nitro Pepsi. Smooth, creamy, delicious.
Greenville's newest sports bar is officially open. Coco's Sports Bar, located in the old Professor O'Cool's location right off of Greenville Boulevard, has daily specials, including $2.50 aluminum bottles on Tuesdays and $1 wings on Wednesdays. Along with their great food, Coco's has great entertainment for you and the crew to enjoy with karaoke on Thursdays, a live DJ on Fridays, and live music every Saturday night. Check out Coco's Sports Bar on Facebook for the latest information on menu items, drink and lunch specials, and more. Go Pirates!
It's the season for warmer clothes, hot apple cider, and changing leaves. But what doesn't change and what won't change is our commitment to your complete satisfaction each and every time you visit our dealership. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Complete customer satisfaction isn't just a seasonal thing, it's delivered every day. That's why we are the place to find your next truck or SUV. Come in and get you one. Phelps Chevrolet. Visit today or see us on the web.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
Happy New Year. This is Talbot Green, and I'm excited to announce our new partnership with Integrity Home Mortgage. Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans, plus construction and lot loans. Our Integrity Home Mortgage team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir offer over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with superior customer service.
To get started, call me, Braxton Green, at 526-8260.
NMLS 28516, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holton Ahlers for my friends at ArcPoint Labs. Just as I trust my teammates, you can trust ArcPoint Labs to give you quick and accurate results for your laboratory testing needs. ArcPoint Labs provides insights and solutions to enable individuals, businesses, and communities to make informed decisions on their health, safety, and well-being. Visit any of the 6 Eastern North Carolina ArcPoint Labs locations or go to arcpointlabs.com. Go Pirates!
Hi, this is Brian Meador from East Carolina Athletics. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Did you miss a show on Pirate Radio, where you can listen to all of Pirate Radio's archived local programming by subscribing to us on wherever you get podcasts? You can subscribe today by going to the podcast app on your phone, or you can visit pr927fm.com. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Flip.
Is that a new Panthers cup, Chandler?
Yeah, and it kept the ice in it the whole day.
Awesome. Nice little Christmas gift there. Row, row, row.
Row.
I was watching Psych the other night. All-time great show. Great mix of comedy and mystery. And a guy had a panther as a pet. And they never showed it. It was just outside chasing people around. And every time they played the panther sound effect, it was like the Carolina Panthers sound effect. Which Shirley says sounds like Donald Duck.
Sounds like Donald Duck choking on a bowl of grits.
I guess
what
that's
it sounds
the
like.
international sound of the panther, the elusive Black Panther.
Yeah.
So anyway,
That's another Panther. First down.
Oh, that's terrible.
Now I hear it, Shirley. Now I hear
terrible.
what you hear every time. Everybody have a great weekend.
Sounds like you're dying is
All
what
right.
you're sounding like.
Donald, take us home.
All right, we'll see everybody. Have a great weekend. We'll see you here on Monday at 3 o'clock on Pirate Radio Live. So long, everybody. So long, everybody. Bye-bye.
All right, bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.